I bet me some Texas, like I said. Ah, you fuckers closed the line. Here we go.
Let's go Texas.
Taking some Texas money line.
It's Alphabet's March Madness edition. We're going to fill out a bracket. We're going to reference our March Madness primer that we put together with Shot Quality using some pretty awesome data. Have some really cool visuals, have some easy synthesized qualitative statements based on this complex data. So if the data is a little bit overwhelming for you, we kind of break it all down into easier tidbits right in the very opening with our team factor DNA, which is so far how I've been using it over the course of the first 2 games. Is literally that's the main thing I'm looking at. Is the charts and stuff like that is like helpful to look at just to help give you a better sense of contextual background on the team's strengths and kind of weaknesses and on a more granular level. But if you just want high level takeaways, just tell me who this team is, in 9 bullet points. I don't want to look at all the charts and come to my own conclusions based on the data. Here are your conclusions. And so we have these conclusions for all 68 teams. And these conclusions are not even, I don't even know what they are sometimes because we didn't write them. They're programmatically designed based on, a whole underlying corpus of data, including shot quality data. So each one of these bullet points is supported by anywhere from 4 to 10 underlying factors. And so that's why this team factor DNA to kind of give you this high level takeaway. So we'll be referencing the book throughout as we kind of go and fill out our brackets. I've not filled out one bracket yet. And
better late than never, baby.
Yes. And we're in multiple different contests. And we're also going to we're in this 4-in-1 contest too. And if anyone's interested in it and they want in, just DM me and I can send you the link. But it's a 4-in-1 contest. It's bracket. It's survivor. It's win points.
Let's see. Let me read it. Yeah, it's a win. All right, so here we go. It's survivor. It's wins pool. You choose one team per seed. So a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, etc. With the purpose of having your 16 teams win as many games as possible. So you have to pick the best 2, the best 3, the best 4, and whichever 16 teams go the furthest, you're going to win that pool. And then there's a pick 7 pool. You pick any 7 teams in the NCAA tournament, and for every game they win, you will earn the amount of points equal to their seed number. So if you pick a 6 seed, you would earn 6 points for each win, while if you picked a 1 seed, you would earn 1 point for each victory, i.e. if the Gators won the championship, you'd only get 6 points, whereas if a 6 seed won, you get 6 points off 1 victory. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so we want to look for some pretty cool underdogs that are going to win 1 or 2 rounds.
Correct. It's probably a good strategy. And or a 3 to 8 seed that might go on a 3-4 game winning streak. Either or, depending. Little variance there. Seems kind of fun. So what are we doing first, Brett? We're going to just go through a bracket, one matchup team at a time. Are you placing bets right now on Xavier coming back? I don't know what's going on here.
What is the score?
57-50 right now. Texas is
okay. Healthy. Yeah, my sweet spot is Texas wins straight up.
Yep.
And I got that little bit of Xavier plus 5.5 hedge and over 167. So keep it close, keep it high scoring. Let's win them all.
Yeah, I was premature. I let out on Xavier. I hit my 2 bets last night, but I just got Texas basically hedged my exposure, so feeling pretty good.
Okay, so let's start. Filling out the bracket. Okay, Auburn, Alabama State. This one is crazy. Also, I'm gonna bring up the lines as well, so we can like.
Oh, good call. Yeah, that would be important for betting purposes.
Yes, and I'll bring up Circa since I'm here at Circa. It's like one of the crazy things about when you're in Vegas, like all my New York sports books I can't access.
Vegas.
So
trying to hold on for dear life to their betting market share.
Yes.
Will they survive? We don't think so.
Okay, so it's pretty crazy. Pull up. Can you bring up Jackson State? So in Jackson State, in our March Madness primer,
Alabama State. Who are we talking about?
Alabama State. Yeah. Fuck. There's like a lot. There's a lot of positive things that the book had to say about Alabama State.
Okay, here we go. Alabama State Hornets, who won a game the other night on that last second volley.
Yeah, which one of the factor DNAs here too is good in-game bet. Good comeback potential, which they did.
Top 20th percentile.
Yeah, and then the game today, American, was also signaled as a good comeback candidate. Went down 19, rallied back. I got the plus 11.5, what I thought I did, but I actually just got plus 11.
Push. What a brutal push.
Yeah.
So much value.
Especially since I had like 10 seconds of celebration before then I looked at it and I'm like, the fuck?
Oh, God, that's the worst. The goddamn hook. Oof. Always gets you.
Okay, so read some of these factor DNAs, though, for Alabama State.
Somewhat lucky. Expected to lose about 4% more games. So average bench. Good bet in game, like you said, below average from 3. Short kings, bottom 40 percentile in height. Stacked with talent, top 20% in roster pedigree. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Elite chemistry and trust. So a seasoned veteran team, it would seem. Passive defense, bottom 50th percentile in a custom aggression signal, and aggressive on offense. So,
have you looked at the lines?
I've seen some lines.
Have you seen this line?
I have. I generally steer clear of these giant, enormous, lopsided games.
I mean, it's plus 32.
That's crazy. Especially because this team's coming off playing hot. Auburn's just looking to get a win. If you're going to take a side, I mean, take the plus 30.
I mean, again, like Auburn, can rip your face off, blow you out. But
do they want to? What's the motivation?
I know, like, what's the point?
Just win by 25 and
also, like, Alabama State is like, I mean, they look athletic. I mean, there's a lot of like positive ammunition from these factor.
Correct.
To give us enough. Can you scroll down to their schedule really fast? Was there any notable? So we have our advanced schedule X-ray as well, which gives us a lot of insight. Well, and so, all the players are in the bottom left.
But, you got a guy who's an efficient scorer.
Yeah,
not terrible. All right, so they played LSU. They lost by 13. That's a good sign. Akron.
Except LSU sucks.
Akron, they lost by 20, but it's not. They're not losing by 30. Cincinnati, they lost by 20. SMU, they're
also not playing Alabama.
SMU, they lost by 30. So there is. Well, so what this is also suggesting to me is they're very likely they're going to give up a lot of points to Auburn. So the question is, are they going to keep up?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to stay pace? So maybe a team total for Auburn as like a alternative bet could be interesting. Yeah. But I don't hate it. I mean, they played. Who else they play? It says they played Missouri. No shit. They only lost by 17.
Damn, so, I mean, they're getting blown out every game, though.
But not. I mean, only one was by 30.
Yeah, but none of these teams are Auburn either.
It's true. Auburn's better than all of them.
Yes.
It
looks like this team is like very vulnerable to like losing by like a 20+ loss is no problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't like it.
What's the total?
Well, you tell me what the total should be.
Well, versus LSU is 151. It went way under. Akron 149 went way over. What's the other one? Missouri is probably a better comp too. 156 went under. Right? Yeah, 156. Yeah, it's probably like 151.
149 and a half.
Yeah, it's actually a little low. So I wouldn't love the under, but I'd probably lean under, to be honest. I think Auburn.
Really? I mean, you're just saying you're thinking about over, and now the number's lower than what
we said. 149.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the final score?
88-56.
Not shit. Well, then you do like the under.
Yeah. Well, so look at that, right? So 88-56, right? That so they, Auburn barely covers, but I feel safer trying to take an under than, Auburn's not gonna. They play good defense. This isn't Alabama, so like,
yeah. All right, let's move past this game.
Yeah.
If we go at this pace,
dear God, it's already almost 11. All right.
All I wanted to know was was the 32.5 in play? It looked like maybe it was, but then I saw enough to where maybe it's not. I probably still do lean plus 32, but I also see the element of just, again, they just won, people just the broader market is kind of leaning 32 is a big number, and just that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
And then they win by 40.
Yeah.
Or 33, exactly like what you just said.
Yeah. I'd rather do the under or get Auburn's points.
All right. And as we go through this, actually, to what we should do, because, we're going to be filling out a lot of brackets, but for the purposes of tonight, mostly just fill out one. But as we're going through it, kind of articulating, what percentage of time do we want to pivot from a specific matchup?
I see. Yeah. Gotcha.
So for this one, this is 100% Auburn.
Yeah, obviously. I don't think there's any doubt.
Okay, so Louisville, Creighton.
Wait, all right, here we go. Here's Louisville. Top level, Louisville. Somewhat lucky. Expected to lose about 5% more games. No chemistry and trust. Bottom 20th percentile in continuity. Ultra aggressive, which I want to give a caveat to that. It doesn't necessarily mean this team has no chemistry, they hate each other. To me, what it means just it's in the subtitle. It's continuity, kind of coming into the season, which again doesn't mean that throughout the season the team doesn't have continuity. So it's more of a context coming into the season than teams grow over the season that some are better than others. Ultra aggressive defense, little engine who could. So screwed if they're in foul trouble. Below average from three. They shoot around 33%, but they're 19 in attempts, so they shoot a lot of threes. Wizened veterans, taller than most, and a little injury plagued. So they're in the bottom 20th percentile in health coming in.
The KenPom rankings chart's been pretty much straight up over the course of the season. So they started the season, preseason 70s. So weren't expected to be very good. They don't shoot well from three.
Shot quality.
They shoot a ton from three.
They shoot a shit ton.
But they're not good.
Yeah, they're not good. Ton of threes, or their
volume. I don't love this. So you also look at the shot quality, adjusted PPP rankings, their top 10 in mid-range. You shouldn't be taking mid-range shots to begin with.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams like that in this tournament. I've noticed that they're kind of scary how much they like the mid-range. What else do they do? They defensive rebounding is pretty good. Turnovers, middle of the pack. Okay.
Actually, I kind of take back so the mid-range. So they're good at mid-range, but if you look at the shot type frequency, the swarm chart.
Yeah, where is that? Is it up here?
The shot type frequency, they're actually at the bottom of mid-range frequency. So they're actually not shooting a lot of mid-range. We were saying actually at the very beginning, they shoot a ton of threes. They shoot a ton of threes. They're not good at them.
So they try. They try to do what the analytics say they should do. They're just not good at it.
Yes.
And it's a first-year head coach, I believe, too. So this is something to consider going into this matchup, this tournament. Play types, not a lot of pick and roll and off-screen ball. Player analysis. It's more important to know like on the Twitter sphere, like who's injured and all that good stuff. What that might be relevant.
Let's see. I mean, on the player adjusted PPP chart, they got a lot of players up there.
Yeah.
See, compared to Creighton is way down. Creighton opened the season top 10, closed the season in the 30s.
Well, who is Louisville?
Actually, these are very similar teams. You look at Creighton as well. Yeah. I mean, top 10 in 3-point rate, but like bottom 150 in 3-point percentage. So it's another team like jacks up threes. Actually, what's the total on this? Say they're like 145.5.
Are you asking me or are you looking at it?
No, I was asking myself and then I gave myself the answer.
Oh, good. Okay. What's the answer? What's total?
145.5.
145.5.
Yeah, I mean, you look at these shot type frequencies and you overlap them with one another, they almost look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very, very similar in styles. And that's why I've gone back and forth. What did I have here? I already bet the over on this one.
I was gonna say I kind of leaned the over because they just jack up so many threes.
And on the other side, Creighton is also very high 3-point rate, so they both jack up threes. Like you said, they're both very similar. Sorry, I'm reading my notes too. And the good thing about Creighton is they're number 3 in the country, finishing at the rim. So they may not be very deep. You don't want to get them in foul trouble. But Creighton doesn't foul a lot either. So you're probably getting a lot of action, a lot of moving the ball, a lot of threes jacked up, a lot of runs.
I'm thinking I like Louisville though. If you look at the player charts, remember like Louisville was all up in the top right. And if you look at Creighton, they're all kind of scattered all over the place.
Let's see.
I mean, they got Kalkbrenner, who's like, top 10 player in the country.
Yeah, but then they have Steve and excuse me. That's about it. Also, Creighton's had some struggles, like some weird games. They played Houston Baptist 4 times. No, I'm kidding. That's a little error, I think.
I can confirm they did not play Houston Baptist 4 times in a row.
And they had 4 exact same performances. Pretty impressive. They lost to Texas A&M. Who else did they lose to? They lost to Nebraska. They lost to San Diego State. Like not very good, pretty bad losses. They lost to Alabama. They beat Kansas. And then, I mean, like really didn't beat anybody. They beat Kansas. And then they got in division play.
And Kansas is
falling off a cliff.
What about, so they played Alabama.
Yeah. 70 to 89 was the shot quality score. So they lost by 19. Texas A&M was 75-93 shot quality score. So it was worse. Both games were worse shot quality scores than they should have been, than the actual score.
They got smoked by San Diego State.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, smoked. I guess they did. They got smoked. Shot quality actually had them winning by 2. So one of those games.
Yeah, sure. I mean, basically just says it there.
They were also down like 25 in the tournament game to DePaul and came back and like won that game. But
that's a good call actually though. Let's look at these max.
Yeah, I didn't look at a lot of the max time weighted average margin. Here, can you see? Sorry, I'm looking at
darn, did I take it
at the same time?
I did. I took it off.
Oh, you took it off? Oh, you son of a.
Damn. I mean, there's just so much data. I had to like take something off, and it's like, Well, let's look at their volatility. Not a lot of volatility.
Xavier's making a run again. 57.63.
I mean, for live betting purposes, man, they got an ugly comeback potential chart.
Who?
Creighton.
Let me see. Comeback potential. Yeah. Well, they make runs.
Yeah, they can score in bunches. But, I mean, the thing is the score in bunches is like, obviously they haven't really done that very often well from behind.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it looks like basically if they get down by 4, they lost.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not coming back.
Which is pretty crazy.
It's interesting. It shows
Creighton
how much
Creighton goes down by 4, and they have they win 6% of the time.
Yeah. Well, just 4. But if they go down 5, it's 7%.
At least 5. Yes. Also, that's not even a win. That's just a full recovery.
Yeah.
So
they touched.
Yeah. So that's max. That's the max amount of wins. So that's if they won every game, then that they can't. They mounted that full recovery.
So if they go down 4, it's a wrap. Don't go down 4. Yeah. I mean, so all right, I guess you're right, because we're not just I'm thinking of it from a betting perspective, but I just realized, oh yeah, we have to do brackets. So
I'm thinking Louisville.
Yeah, my inclination when I was doing my notes when I was reading through the booklet this morning was Louisville was my lean. So because I don't trust how Creighton's been playing recently and in that conference. And as you saw with North Carolina, the ACC, like maybe the ACC is like pretty good.
That's true. That's true too.
Duke's been the best team all year in essence. And then, only a couple teams could hang: Maryland, Louisville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So,
and when you look at the, so if you bring up Creighton, the shot quality adjusted offense, defense, they're definitely at the end tier of the good teams.
Shot quality adjusted points. They're good at the rim. They're good in transition.
Yeah. But if you go to the on page 1, the offense defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also you look at the one caveat I would say is, there's the concept of buying into teams who started, had high expectations. Those high expectations didn't come to fruition over the course of the season, and we can see that in Creighton's KenPom rankings chart. Started very high, didn't meet expectations, sold off all the way into the beginning of the year, started them on a little bit of a comeback, then started to fade again into the year. The one thing is there's not a lot of relative strength coming into the end, so it's like a little bit of another fade. But then this is kind of flipped for Louisville. So if you want to, can you bring up Louisville's KenPom rankings?
Yeah, let's go.
So Louisville had very low expectations coming into the season, and then they've gotten repriced much, much higher as people price them wrong to start the year.
That's a very good point. They've trended in the right direction, and they played well in that ACC tournament too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
they have the better.
I think maybe this is a concept we can use for other games or other teams, but in this instance, I just really don't like Creighton. And
yeah, I agree.
And maybe if they were hotter, like they had very high expectations, sold off, and then you had some strength coming into the end at least, but it kind of petered out.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
whereas Louisville is essentially at all-time highs.
Well, and like I said, they were DePaul, from my understanding, is one of the worst teams, and they were getting beat in the tournament by 24 points by them, and they came back and they pulled it out, but and it looked like they weren't going to for 1.5 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Like it wasn't just like, oh, we got down and then came back. It was like, are you guys going to come back? Because it doesn't look like you're going to come back. And then all of a sudden they did.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Tie game.
God damn it. What's up, Andrew?
Andrew.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Let's go. Texas.
Texas up 2.
Nice.
Man, just
you're like 35 seconds ahead of me. They like purposely lag you here in Vegas.
Oh,
just to give them like some extra edge.
That's all they care about. It's all about money. Milking the cows far and as hard as you can. Well,
again, Texas win under 5.
You would like that.
I'll take that.
I'm basically gonna break even. No matter what
Andrew's
happens.
an Eagles fan. I didn't know. I don't remember that.
Nice. Now Xavier's slightly favored again, even though they're down 2.
Well, they're going to the line. It looks like.
Oh, okay. Oh, that dude! I was so happy the Eagles stomped them. I was all over Philly.
Yeah, you were right about that one. Oh, Ed's man, all these Eagles fans in here.
Beautiful. Good. Go Eagles. Only when they play the Chiefs. Don't really give a shit otherwise. But congrats, guys. And it was fun to see Saquon, like a running back who didn't do anything in the Super Bowl, but finally show that like if you have a good team, running backs are valuable. Like they're not worthless. So
good. It's like if you're in the 90th percentile of running back, you could move the needle.
Correct. And on a good team. Like there's no point in a bad team having a great running back. So yeah, you guys are
right.
Blowing up your roster a little bit, starting over. All right, so back to the madness.
Yeah. Okay, Michigan, UC San Diego. All right, we're 2 games through.
37 30 more. How many more? It's already 11:05. Dear God.
All right, how do we want to handle Louisville Creighton though? Because again, we're trying to do just one bracket, but be well positioned.
So a part of bracket making to me is upsets are less relevant if you don't think they're going to go more than 1 game anyways. So it's a level of like,
yes, that's right.
It doesn't really matter if we don't think they're going to beat Auburn.
Yeah. So who could beat Auburn? I think Louisville.
I don't think Creighton can beat Auburn. Auburn's matches up, I think, too well.
All right. So what percentage are we doing Louisville? I mean, we could do 100%.
I mean, it's hard because, I would do it 80%.
Okay.
Like more than majority for sure.
All right, Michigan, UC San Diego. All right, I'm coming into this without having looked at anything, just based on kind of my own anecdotal experiences watching Michigan and just hearing other people talk about it. I strongly lean UC San Diego.
Yeah, that's how I've been. I've already bet UC San Diego. So,
how did Michigan open the season? Let's see the KenPom chart.
36.
They're all over the place. Oh, so they had low expectations, got super high, now they're back
to reality.
Back to reality.
Let's start rapping. No, let's not. Let's save the people from ourselves.
All right, and so across the ranking sphere, they're essentially like a top 30 team.
Yeah, but and the lines reflects that it's they're only +2 or -2.5. So getting no respect, even though they won the Big Ten championship. So they're a big team. They're terrible from 3. It says average, but they're bad. Prone to scoring sprees though. Aggressive defense. Screwed if getting foul trouble. Shot much hotter than expected. Expected to lose about 17% more games. That's a big number.
Yeah. So I mean, shot quality record has them at 18 and 15.
Oof.
So I mean, not even a tournament team.
Yeah, that's they're clunky, I think, on offense is why. But because they're big, they can have these little runs. Let's see. Point per
Are
game.
they really bad at free throws too?
Yes. Almost bottom fourth.
Yeah.
So not good.
And not a lot to like there.
Obviously, they rebound well because they're big. Pass the ball decently. That's about it, though. Not much to write home about. They give up a lot of points. They're not great on defense. Like, they're pretty mid. Let's see.
Whereas San Diego State shot quality has 25-7, prone to scoring sprees, short. Oh, wait. So you're saying Michigan's big?
Yes.
San Diego's short kings.
Yeah.
Slower than most. You said Michigan's slower than most, or
I don't know, honestly. UC San Diego is slower than most. That's who we're on now. They're also a good bet in game, so that's interesting.
Look at UC San Diego's KenPom chart too. Straight up.
Oh, where is it? Here we go. Pretty good. I mean, they're better than Michigan based on.
You got UC San Diego here in that on the offense defense chart in that top right quadrant with all the the good teams.
Yeah. Right here. Right there with Creighton and Clemson and Georgia and just trending all season. Up.
This is gonna be tough though. So, I mean, like offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. I mean, really bad.
Well, they're not going to win the rebounding matchup. Well, so look at that Maryland game, right? Maryland got out rebounded, I think 3-1. It was pretty bad. Maryland still could have won the game. I think they ended up losing by 1. Michigan had a big lead, then Maryland stormed back, I believe. So probably a very similar structured game. And this team comes back. So I would say there's no point rushing getting plus 2.5. Like, there's literally no point. Like, if you're going to bet it, fuck it. Bet it live. You'll probably get them down 7-9 points. And they'll be sucking Michigan dick. Get plus 9.5, get plus 360 or some shit. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I'll do. Turnovers. They get a lot of turnovers. So they get a lot of steals, cause a lot of turnovers. Okay. 3-point rate, shoot a shit ton of threes. Top 10 in the country, but they hit again. They're well above average.
Yeah, there's a lot of green here.
A lot of green, a lot to like. But like you said, they're small. They're on the smaller side compared to a Michigan. But yeah, like when I watched that Michigan game before the tournament, Michigan State raped them. Excuse my language. It's pretty ugly. I think Michigan State.
You look at the player adjusted PPP chart. So you look at the player charts on the bottom of page 3, I think, or whatever. I don't even know what page. I got a lot of UC players up there in the top right.
Oh wait, where is it at? Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a lot of good action, good offense, good defense.
Mm-hmm.
All good.
It's just like Michigan. It looks like they're going to get a lot of second chance points.
Yeah, God, Xavier just keeps hitting threes.
Oh, Texas still winning though.
Yeah, they can't stop.
Are you saying it's only a 1-point game now?
It's a 4-point game because Texas is hitting threes too. They're both shooting over 50% from 3 right now. 57 and 55% from
3. Wait. So what's the score for you?
74-70.
Nice. I think I'm a full minute behind.
Damn.
Bang.
74-72. It's gonna be tight. You're coming out of the wire. Somebody's gonna hit a game.
Actually, I need these points though, because I need the over 167 too.
Oh, true. You get an OT maybe. Texas loves those OT games. Yeah. So bracket perspective, I have no problem hitting up some UC San Diego. I do not trust Michigan, like you said. Very helter-skelter, very fishy, but they're the kind of team that, like we saw in the Big Ten tournament, they can win versus good teams and rip off 3 in a row. So UC San Diego, who'd they beat? They almost beat San Diego State, and that's all they played.
Yeah. That's another worry. I guess this is the type of game for betting purposes, which is I mean, like UC San Diego's got to be making their shots.
Oh, Xavier has the lead. Another 3-pointer.
Fucking
Dear God.
fuck.
Just fucking reeling them off. Just rape.
So it's 75-74 right now?
Yeah. Let's see. 75-74. Well, they made a 3. And then
Texas made a 3?
No, Xavier scored again. They're up 3. Xavier's up 3 now. Tides have officially turned. Foul on Trey Johnson. Might be getting a free throw on top of it.
Oh, that is such bullshit.
You're in great position.
Well, I have my little 5, my +5 hedge.
Very, very small hedge.
Okay. So what percentage are we going UC San Diego?
It's tricky.
Let's also think about let's do the next matchup too. Let's keep doing like the 2 matchups at least to see.
Yeah.
Again, like to your point, like who would beat this next one? So A&M and Yale.
Let's see. Oh, Texas A&M. All right, Texas A&M, complete and utter tampon shit from 3.
Jesus.
Shoot 31%. Oof. And they don't shoot a lot of them, but they're not good at them. You don't shoot a lot and you're bad at it. Short Kings.
Well, it's better. I mean, if they're bad at it, you don't want them shooting a lot.
Ultra aggressive defense. They're a very defensive minded team, very deep bench, prone to scoring sprees though. Elite chemistry and trust. So they've been together, and they're slow tempo. So KenPom 17 rank, shot quality 40. Shot quality is like, I'm not buying your shit.
Yeah, shot quality definitely does not like
a little sporadic.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, they've been pretty all over the place.
Unbelievable! Come on. Shots just aren't dropping for Texas A&M now, or for Texas. I mean, it's like rolling around the rim and shit.
They've lost the touch. They're gonna end up losing by 10, huh? All right. Points per game. Shot quality has them at 41. They're good on defense, top 50 in defensive categories mostly. Let's see. Very good at offensive rebound.
Tough one.
Texas A&M. All right, let's keep going. This shot quality adjusted points per possession rankings, they're like bad at everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shot quality hates them. I think just because of our partnership with them, we got to fade them.
Fade Yale?
No, fade Texas A&M.
But they don't like Yale either.
They don't? Well, let's get to Yale. Here, let's see. Well, real quick.
Shot quality's got them 133.
But dude, it's because they don't play anybody. So Texas A&M, I also think they didn't beat anybody, if I remember correctly. So Texas A&M lost to UCF. They beat Ohio State. They lost to Oregon. They beat Creighton. They beat Wake Forest. Well, I guess they did beat some teams. They beat Texas Tech and they beat Purdue. Okay, they did beat someone. This wasn't the team I was thinking about. Another Houston Baptist 4-game stretch. Some errors. Some errors there. Yeah, everybody wants to beat up on Houston
Yale. Obviously, there's a bug with Houston Baptist. Yeah. So,
well, they beat Texas. Yeah, maybe Texas A&M's a little better than
I lost to Texas.
Yeah.
And Yale played Minnesota and Purdue, lost to both. Played competitive versus Purdue.
Well, Texas A&M
average margin is still negative.
Well, did you read the team factor DNA?
For this Yale?
Yeah. They're younger. They're red hot from 3. They just don't shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
Prone to scoring sprees, but avoid betting in a game. Let's see.
I don't think I like Yale.
Yeah, I think now that I looked at Texas A&M's schedule, I forgot. I think it was Mississippi or Mississippi State that really didn't beat anybody all season. Like their best wins were like versus Arkansas and like Vanderbilt.
This Elite Takes guy, he says Texas A&M's been vulnerable to 3-point defense when teams swing the rock.
Well, play
so, I mean, that is a exploitation then for Yale.
Well, Yale does a lot of off screen, pick and roll, and cutting as part of their offense. So, for what that's worth,
man. But yeah, you look at what you were referencing earlier, shot quality adjusted points per possession rankings, and it's just like absolute dog shit for Texas A&M.
Well, and look at Yale. I mean, look at Yale. Their adjusted PPP RPM margin. I mean, you got 3 guys in the top right corner. I mean, that's not. You got guys that are good offense, like they're not bad. They're going to be in this game, especially because the 3 ball is going to equalize it. And Texas A&M can't pull away; they can't shoot. Oh, tie game. We got 78-78. Texas.
Nice.
Texas loves these type of games. Just love to just put you through it.
For as far as closing, I like Texas better for closing. If it's going to come down to a final shot.
Yeah, true.
Because they got guys who can make shots.
Well, Xavier can make shots too, though. They both can make shots. Dude, they're both shooting over 50% from 3. Like, actually crazy. Oh, damn. Texas way out rebounded too. Yeah, this
Xavier,
is Texas.
0 points the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
nice Texas ball. Don't tell me the score, man. Like you're like so far ahead of me. It's like ruins everything.
I love it. Xavier has the ball.
Xavier has the ball.
So Sharp Shot Select said this about Yale. Yale's back, which is in the primer for anybody who wants to get the primer.
Okay.
Yale's back in the NCAA tournament for the 3rd time in 4 years. Let's see. Hold on a second. X factor for Yale has been Nick Townsend, who was a role guy last season at 6 points. Now he averages 15 points. Let's see what else said. This Yale team won't have the same size as the one who knocked off Auburn last year, but shooting top 10 in the country from behind the arc at 39% has the Bulldogs poised to make another run. That's his opinion. All right, Xavier is winning by 2.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Foul on Xavier, though. Foul on Xavier.
Nice. Shooting foul.
And Texas is in the bonus. Okay.
Made the first one. Come down to the final shot. Maybe you win all your bets. So, yeah, it's tricky because, like, oh, you missed the free throw. Son of a dick. Son of a dick.
Running out of time.
Running out of time to do our brackets. Hey, how far did you guys get on your bracket? We got through half the South. Did we win?
So sounds like you're leaning Yale.
Hold on one second.
I don't like this game.
Well,
I don't like A&M. I don't really like what I'm seeing from Yale.
What did I do? Did I write notes on this game or no? Yale, Texas A&M. Okay. Well, Texas A&M also can't make free throws. So Yale.
Well, I thought Yale's like not that good at free throws either.
Are they not?
Yeah, I mean they're average at best.
Let me see. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, here we go.
See, this is the thing is, so if you look, and again, it says this in the team factor DNA, but if you look at the team stats, for Yale.
Yeah.
The team stats table.
Yeah.
3-point percentage all the way to the right. 3-point rate all the way to the left. So like
they don't shoot a lot of threes.
Right. So
but that also
if they were
be...
really if I feel like the 3-point percentage is misleading because they shoot them very selectively.
Yeah.
But it's not like this team is jacking up threes and they're good at them and they're going to like blow the doors off you.
Yeah, no.
It's like they shoot them selectively, and when they shoot them, they're good at them. But they don't shoot like
very, very Ivy League like. When we need them, we get them.
Yes.
We will let you know when we will take your 3. You peasant.
So again, they're both not good at free throws, I guess.
They get a lot of.
I don't like this game.
Yeah, it's not a great game. I mean, this looks better, but they're good at mid range though too.
Ooh, sweet.
In isolation, so it's not a game that's going to get out of hand. Like if Yale's up, they're not going to be up more than 7 to 10 points. Like it's going to be a tighter affair if Yale pulls it out.
Let's move on. Let's just like.
Let's see.
I don't think either one of these teams is going anywhere, so
probably safer then.
And what's the spread on it?
I don't know. You've got to pull the spread. I'm looking at the other stuff.
God damn it, Xavier, man, you fuckers. Don't tell me what happens. Let me experience the pain by myself.
Let me experience the pain. I put my whole bankroll on Texas. I got excited. I heard March Madness, and then so I put it all on Texas. Oh, you missed a 3-pointer.
Dick.
Shit. Oof.
Will you shut up? God.
You're not gonna like this.
Now you're like, I'm gonna like it.
You're not gonna like the answer of.
I'm not gonna like it. You just ruined it, man.
I mean, what do you
Yale's +8.
Yeah, there's not much value. I don't think Yale's getting through Michigan or UC San Diego, so there's not much value on trying to time Yale to beat. It's probably one of those games that's going to be tight. It's going to be wonky. Texas A&M is going to win by 4. You know, I would say Yale could cover, but
okay, let's just do Texas A&M then.
Yeah.
All right,
Ole
now
Miss.
we're on to like Ole Miss and North Carolina. You like Ole Miss?
No, absolutely not.
No,
fucking hate Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
Hate Ole Miss.
All right, Ole Miss, somewhat lucky. Screwed if get in foul trouble. Avoid betting in game. Average from 3. Short kings. Little engine who could. Very aggressive defense, and they're a little injury plagued. So shot quality is right there.
Yeah, there's not a lot to like there.
Look at all this red. Look at the red. Red. They're not good at 2-pointers. They're not good at 3-pointers. They're average at free throws. They don't rebound well. They average at assists. They're good at steals and getting turnovers. So, and holding opponents. So they're a defensive minded team. Oh, oof. Game over.
Terrible.
I shouldn't have hedged.
Okay, so I guess I don't like Ole Miss then.
Man, Texas dominated them for literally like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then just collapsed. So Rebels, not really good on offense at all in any way. Let's see. Players, BPR rank, not a lot of good players that score well. Some players efficient scores, 1, 2, 3, and the higher, but then it's only 3 guys. It's really 3 guys, and it dips.
Mm-hmm.
And then schedule-wise. Is this the team that didn't beat anybody? So they beat Colorado.
Yeah, also, if you look at Ole Miss's the stock screener, it looks like a nasty close to the season. Basically, once they got into SEC play.
Here? Give me this dip.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all green to start, and then it's...
Oh, sorry, that was KenPom ranking. Sorry. There's a lot of charts here, guys.
The stock screener.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, the stock screener, my bad. Yeah. Dip. Well, yeah, they don't really come back well. So...
Yeah, North Carolina, like their KenPom has been straight down, but they got that nice bounce. See, this is what we were talking about earlier then. It's like, if you're looking to buy a team who was supposed to be very good, didn't play well throughout the season, didn't meet expectations, but ended the season strong, that's North Carolina.
Yeah. I get it. And Ole Miss is at a huge disadvantage. They haven't played for at least 7 days, right? Since the last time they played. North Carolina got to play 2 days ago. Got to keep the momentum, the rhythm, all that good stuff, especially a team that relies on heavy shooting and 3-point plays. So sure. I mean, all the advantage goes to North Carolina. Confidence, swagger. North Carolina. Run and gun pace. Aggressive defense, aggressive offense, decent from 3. They had their dip, and then they had their resurgence the last 10 games.
Exactly.
Completely reverse trended. A lot of red, but again, these are season-long averages. So again, how relevant is this? Cherry pick our information.
Let's do North Carolina. Yeah, let's do North Carolina. All right. Is there anything to know for Lipscomb?
Yep, I'm North Carolina, baby. Let's do it.
Slower than most, below average talent, average height, average defense.
Well, Iowa State.
Actually, Lipscomb. They're changing KenPom. They're like a top 80 team. That's not bad.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but where's Iowa State? Lipscomb.
They're really good at free throws. They're good at threes. They're good at 3-point rate. They're good at defensive rebounds.
Oh, it's Clemson.
They don't turn the ball over. They don't foul.
Iowa State does not shoot a lot of threes. And they don't rebound particularly well. They get a lot of steals and turnovers. And they finish at the rim well, but that's really about all they do well. I don't know. Iowa State, I'm not very impressed by.
I think I like Lipscomb. Let's see, what's the betting expert think? Lipscomb's always been different in the way it operates. Perhaps now is the time it will pay off. The coaches put together a good culture. They operate a Princeton offense. There's constant moving, constant cutting. They got their conference player of the year.
I don't know. I'm looking at their schedule. It looks like Iowa State really did a good job of taking care of business and playing good teams tough. Generally not a team that you feel good about fading versus scrub. So is Lipscomb actually good, or are they just, they have a talented player?
They're 15-point underdogs.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing a lot of
within
chinks.
16 of Arkansas. They beat Wofford.
Wofford sucks. They have 14 wins. I'm just saying Iowa State played really well.
They crushed Jackson State, which remember they were like almost going to make the tournament.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I'm looking at Iowa State though. Let's see.
They got smoked by Kentucky.
So that's a good point. Our expert insight: Iowa State ranks third in shot quality's adjusted defensive rating. An elite unit that is paired with a shot quality top 25 offense. This team has dealt with injuries for much of the year and is seated lower than their metrics. Take advantage of that in your bracket, pools, etc. That's a fair point.
Not a lot of insight.
I feel incited. Incitation, no breathing.
Yeah, I mean they they started off hot. Lost to Arizona, K-State, Kansas, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but Iowa State's got a good defense. Lipscomb's offense is not going to be amazing versus a great defense. Like that's not.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's a rare situation. And I can't Lipscomb. It's like lipstick.
Also, it made me pissed off because like they were one of the teams causing issues in the code because I guess they were the Lipscomb Bison and now they're the Lipscomb Bisons.
Wait. They changed their name? Wait, they changed their name from Bison to Bison? What the hell's a Bison?
Bison to Bisons.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seriously, I'm on tilt because of this fucking Texas game. It keeps shoving it down my face now, dude.
I mean, had plenty of time to hedge.
I did hedge a little bit.
Or I mean, actually hedge to where you win money both ways.
Nah, that wasn't gonna happen.
I basically broke even on that game, so I don't feel bad.
Marquette, let's move. Let's just like try to get through them. Like we don't have to like make a final decision.
Yeah.
All right, Marquette, New Mexico. Is there anything to like about New Mexico?
Well, one thing at a time. Marquette comes first in the order of things, so start with
but
Marquette.
Like Marquette's like the favorite. We want to like try to find.
Well, no, but you got to understand who they're playing. And it's also going to be relative because what if you like Marquette, you're going to also want to know things about them for the next game.
Yeah, but I'd just rather start with the underdog.
Yeah, but then I got to scroll all the way to the fucking underdog.
But it's right next to him.
No, it's not right next. I got to well, I guess I can just click the thing. All right, I could just click it then. Fine. Mexico. Wait, who's Marquette playing?
Ooh, man, New Mexico is shit at free throws. Shit at threes. Shit at twos.
Let's see. Ooh. Shot quality has them worse than Ken Bum. Oof. Yeah, they're pretty bad. They don't shoot threes, and they're bad at them. Okay.
Well, that's why they don't shoot them.
Smart.
So they're like an ultra aggressive defense. That's what they are. That's avoid betting in game. Like
they're older, but they're fast pace. So they're fast to shoot mid-range twos. I guess.
But then the adjusted PPP rankings, like they're not even good at mid-range. So they like try to get themselves in position for mid-range. They're not even good.
Hey, coach, I'm trying really hard to go fast. You still can't make shit. Like Happy Gilmore basketball.
Jesus.
All right, New Mexico. They're good.
Oh man, look at the New Mexico shot type frequency. Yeah. Like it's just all at the bottom.
So what do they do?
I mean, they just don't make shots.
So they don't get shots up?
I mean, look at their play type frequency. There's like absolutely no imagination or creativity to this offense.
Jesus Christ.
Cuts, nah. Isolation, nah. Off screen, nah.
We don't do anything. We do pick and roll and transition.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3-point, like 30, 29, 30.
Oh, man, I'm fucking dying.
I mean, all their players skew to like the middle or like to the bottom left. All right, what's the expert insight? Is there any salvation here from Mid-Major Madness? When most people think of Patino, they think of St. John's, but his son Richard is at New Mexico.
Fuck.
Runs, it's so weird. Runs the second fastest tempo in the field. So I feel like they're just like running around, but like there's no like cohesion to the offense. And they don't like make any shots.
I can't even talk right now.
I don't know.
Oh man,
Team
let me get my
sounds
composure.
like shit.
Sorry guys, I just fucking died right there.
I mean, 11-5, quad 1 and 2. I mean,
wait, what
this team's doing something.
They're doing something.
I mean, what? Unless they're just like constantly just like stealing the ball, like literally, they're like in transition all the time.
Well, let's see if we. I mean, is there anything else we can glean?
What is like the shot quality PPP rating is like in the transition. Like this team is so fast, they're always in transition, but they don't make it.
I mean, they defensive rebound okay. They get steals.
Yeah, so they get their rebound, they fling it down the court, and then the guy gets it blocked.
Well, so yeah, it's like you said, they play good defense, and they rebound, and they do transition. That's the style.
And then they miss
at a high rate. Not a lot of ball go in.
Yeah, but they're good at rebounding, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, steals, blocks.
Excuse me. Oof.
All right, so Marquette. I mean, God, I really don't like Marquette though either. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean Marquette's had some nice games this year. Well, actually,
so is Marquette turnover prone? That's what we need to
know. Well, you look at that. I'm gonna look at who they played. Remember, Marquette beat Maryland, Purdue, Georgia to start the year. They lost to Iowa State.
Their average height, complete shit from three as well. Seems gonna suck.
Let's see. Yeah, complete shit. Slower. They're slower, so they're a little
shit. Yeah, 245th in 3-point percentage.
Oof, that's pretty bad.
But so they don't turn the ball over.
Well, they also
so this is a team that doesn't turn the ball over, playing versus New Mexico, who tries to exploit offenses that turn the ball over.
Good point. Well, and shot quality has them at ranked 18 as, and defensively. So, I mean, Marquette's pretty good. I mean, they actually scored 2 points decently. Just not very good at threes. They shoot a lot of them, but they miss. Bricks. Raindrops.
Yeah, I mean, they got a top 10 player, Cam Jones.
True.
Sucks at threes.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
But I guess he goes to the rim a lot.
But the other team sucks at threes too, so it's an equalizer. So which team would you rather have if they are both shit at threes?
Right. Actually, so this is another, like, we look at the team possession quality. All right. So the bad is only 16.5%. Like, so they take care of the ball. So this is like another way to quantify that.
Sorry, what are you looking at?
The Marquette's team possession quality, the pie chart. And it has like 36% good, 46% neutral, only 16% bad possessions, which is essentially half as much as league average. So they take care of the ball.
Oh, here we go. This one. Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's not a good matchup for New Mexico. Like, as far as like what their strength is and how they can take advantage of teams.
Yes.
So I like Marquette. Boom.
Yeah,
actually, I actually like this enough for a survivor. I think Marquette's a good spot for a survivor.
Yeah, I probably agree.
Get them out early. Iowa State. I'm not really liking Lipscomb. Michigan State Bryant, real quick. I don't think we're probably going to go on Bryant for this.
No, I really like Michigan State. So,
yeah.
All right, and then Florida, obviously. UConn, Oklahoma.
Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, let me pull them up for the people. Michigan State, Bryant, Norfolk, Oklahoma.
Actually, I mean, we might as well like just quickly browse Bryant. I mean, is there anything to be worried about?
Bryant?
Ugh. Yeah. Somewhat lucky. Fucked if getting foul trouble. Average from three. Average height. Average defense. Avoid betting in game. Shot quality has him 208th.
Well, see, I think
not, like, again, you want to see a team that's like good at threes or shoots them a lot. They don't do either one of those.
Yeah.
They rebound a lot, but Michigan State also does that.
You're not going to beat a Michigan State team if you can't shoot threes. Yeah.
And they turn the ball over a ton. Like,
no, Michigan State's discipline. No, they don't have a chance. Yeah. That's not their style of game.
They don't even have the ingredients.
Yeah, no, they're baking cookies with pancake mix. They don't have the chocolate chips. All right, so UConn. I actually wrote some notes on this too from the book. Where are my notes at? 1 second. UConn has an aggressive defense, but they're slow pace. Average at 3, decent from 3, not terrible.
That's a nasty KenPom rankings chart.
Oof.
But again, it's starting to turn up.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
Well, they're pretty good. They're pretty above average offensively, defensively. Shoot a lot of 2-point percent at a high percent. Defend it well. It seems like they are what you would expect they are. They lost talent from last year. They're just not as good, but they're just as well coached. So they're gonna, if you let them in the game, they're gonna beat you. Like they're good enough. They're just not great. Free throw. They're good at free throws. Average at rebounding. Great at assists. And blocks, assists, and blocks. I mean, yes. I mean, like, there's a lot of green. There's a lot of, let's see what else.
I mean, they are bad at threes, good at free throws.
Let's see what they like to do. They like to take threes.
They don't win by a lot.
No.
If they win at all.
Okay, let's go to their...
Man, expectations for them are like so high to begin the year. Damn.
Why? 3 championships in a row? It's a bit overblown.
So Oklahoma basically just ended the season where they started, just kind of up and down.
Well, they
performed as expected.
They lost 3 games. It looks like, if the schedule's right, to Memphis, Colorado, and Dayton to start the year. Early in the year. Then they beat Baylor and Texas and Gonzaga and Xavier. So they had their lull, and I think they were bouncing in and out through the rest of the season. Beat Marquette, lost to St. John's, beat Creighton.
So Oklahoma's good at threes, and they shoot threes.
Yeah,
and they shoot threes like at their average rate, but they're good at them.
Yeah,
and the Huskies aren't. I don't know.
Oh, UConn comes back too, so something to note. Down 10 to 12, 14 points. Definitely would like them in a comeback spot. And same conference as Xavier. Teams tend to play very similar, just generally speaking. So it might get some nice comeback action. Oklahoma, aggressive defense, aggressive offense.
So the expert talks about Oklahoma saying they're 4-5 in their last 9, but they're better than people expect because 4 of those losses were a combined 8 points.
Pretty good. Good at mid-range.
They're one of the best free throw shooting teams.
Yeah, a lot of red in the right corner.
Yep.
Good offense, bad defense. Well, that's the thing.
Oh, and it's Porter's the coach, the Loyola guy.
Yeah. Well, it seems like their defense is what is really the struggle. Let's see. They beat Providence. They beat Arizona. They beat Louisville to start the season. They beat Michigan to start the season. And they got wrecked by Alabama and lost to Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas. Lost to A&M again.
I think I like Oklahoma.
Well, all right. So question. Can Oklahoma beat the Gators? The Gators beat them by 22 last time. They were the line was 14.5? No. It says loss. Oh, I see. Yeah, loss. Yeah, they're plus 14.5 at the Gators, and they lost. That's a road game. That's hard to quantify there. Well, it depends in the bracket. Are we trying to fade Florida beyond at any point? I think Connecticut is the Achilles heel potential of Florida. So if you were going to fade a Florida early, for instance, I think you'd have to pick UConn.
Actually, again, so we're only through one region.
After an hour, correct.
All right, let's just let's do this approach. Let's keep going, but let's just pick games and then kind of let's just go through it fast. Yeah. And then go back and kind of where we see an opportunity. Let's just play it out first.
Yeah. Let's do 1 minute of just
Yeah. Okay. So UConn, Oklahoma.
If we think UConn is going to beat Florida's going to lose, I would do UConn. If the next round,
I would say Oklahoma because again they played one another, so Oklahoma at least has experience playing Florida.
Yeah, but maybe. I still think UConn is the scarier team for Florida. Mm-hmm. Just Florida can have those lulls versus teams that have it together. All right, Memphis, Colorado.
What are some of the best teams that UConn's played? I mean, it's just it's Georgetown, Villanova, Creighton. These teams that used to be tough.
Yeah, now.
But just aren't the same team.
Yeah, I know. That whole conference is pretty bad. I'm just not sold on Oklahoma. Memphis, Colorado State. All right. So next game or what? Come back to
next
it.
Game.
All right. So,
okay. So wait, are we doing? So we're doing UConn.
I mean, this is like a 50-50 to me. Then, like, you split it.
I guess to your point, it really doesn't matter because it's Florida still. Okay. So Memphis, Colorado State.
So real quick.
Yeah.
When I saw Colorado State got a 12 seed, I really liked Colorado State. When I saw they were against Memphis, I liked them less. When I saw that they were favored, I liked them even less. So it's just kind of a, I'm going to get in early. And it's like, well, you're not early because everyone sees what you see. So, but what I heard is Memphis has somebody got hurt recently. So they're missing like a player that's key. Something to get verified, I guess. But
also, this is what I would say too. When it comes to the brackets, when we're for our sharp bracket, these types of details matter. But I think for our square bracket, you just pick 12 Colorado State because they're fucking favorites. And like for the most part, like, people who don't really pay attention that much aren't even going to know it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's fair. Fair point. Yeah, because they just look at the seed. They don't look at the spreads if they're not better.
Exactly. And they just look at the names. Like,
yeah.
Maryland, Grand Canyon.
I think Maryland.
I wish Grand Canyon was playing somebody else because like Maryland, I feel like it's a bad matchup, but because Grand Canyon's one of those like very athletic teams, they did the upset last year. They're like basically like a private kind of school that like literally don't need to go to class. You just focus on sports.
What? Where? I want to go there.
That's Grand Canyon, yeah.
Do they have a master's program? A master debaters program?
You're like D1 in that.
I'm balls deep in that. All right, so
Mizzou Drake.
I'm on Drake. I'm on the bandwagon. I don't care. I think Mizzou is massively overrated in general.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they're that good. I think let's go to Mizzou real quick. What is Mizzou's?
Yeah, let's just look quickly you look at that. I'm gonna look quickly at Drake.
Mizzou, let's go to there. Boom. All right.
Drake 28-3. Obnoxiously slow pace, decent from 3.
Yeah.
Missouri's good.
Missouri's good from 3. They're taller. So maybe they have advantage there.
Okay, these are short kings.
Scoring runs for Mizzou.
Drake started the season at 130th.
Yeah, Mizzou started 66. Now they're 15. So they're both trending in the right direction. Mizzou's very good at shooting. Caleb Grill obviously is really good.
See, this is the one thing that I would say is like when you look at some of this stuff is what's interesting is because there's a volume thing, and I think you've noticed this in some of the other metrics as well. There's a volume element. So like if you don't do something often, but like the very few times that you do it, you do it well, that can like skew some of the kind of ranking and stuff. So like, because when you look at Drake, you look at their points per possession in transition, they're number 2.
Yeah.
But when you look at the transition frequency, they're literally like dead last. So basically what it says is like they don't go in transition.
But when they do the one time a game,
they make the shot.
Yeah. So they get one steal a game and they score it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they got a guard here, Cale Combs, 14% from 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who he is. Might be a bench player.
They got another forward who's 9% from 3.
Well, hold on. What concerns me with Missouri, they lost to Memphis. They beat Kansas. And then they lost to Illinois. And then it was SEC play. And who'd they beat? Vanderbilt. They had that 1-point win versus Florida. We saw what reality was.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. So they performed poorly versus the SEC, and that was actually going to be. When is this game? Because actually, I was going to say that this is actually one of the most important games because Mizzou performed so poorly in the SEC. If they beat Drake, I feel like that speaks very well for the SEC. If they lose, then it could be questionable.
Well, I guess, you could say they played.
But if they beat Drake, that's like very good for the SEC, just generally speaking.
Well, they beat the Gators by a point, and they beat Alabama. Really, I think it's the Ole Miss Mississippi States that really didn't beat anybody. They at least beat Alabama, beat Florida.
Yeah.
Very tight games, though. Remember, Alabama can't play defense. Well, and that's the thing. Can Drake play defense? We know what Mizzou's Achilles heel is.
So their best win is versus Vandy.
God, they gave up 97, 96, 91 points to Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and Kentucky at the end of the season. That's not very good. Gave up 92 points to Arkansas. Gave up 98 points to Alabama. Oof.
Drake plays the slowest pace in the country.
And Mizzou likes to play fast. So our expert says
we didn't do what we said we were going to do. We went right back to what we were doing.
Well, we're going to have to do it anyways, so.
Okay, all right, let's just pick. Let's just pick. No analysis.
What?
Mizzou Drake.
Yeah, that's hard.
I'm just saying, let's fill out the bracket first.
Okay, Drake.
And then go back so we can make changes.
Yeah, Drake. I like Drake.
All right, so Drake. Okay. Texas Tech, North Carolina, Wilmington.
I did research on this today. Texas Tech. No problem.
Okay. Kansas, Arkansas.
I lean Kansas. I don't like Arkansas, to be honest. I think Arkansas they don't shoot threes. They're Kansas oversold.
St. John's, Omaha. St. John's.
Are you doing the other side?
Let's do the other side, yeah. Wofford, Tennessee. Anything you'd like from Wofford? Do we know?
I think Wofford's going to cover. I think there's a good chance Wofford plays Tennessee tough. It could be like a tie game at half type game, but Tennessee will pull away. There's too much.
Okay. UCLA, Utah State.
I like UCLA. I don't think Utah State can. I like the matchup. I like UCLA a lot.
Kentucky, Troy.
I just don't know Kentucky's injury situation. I'm if I knew that better, I would have more conviction.
Is Kentucky going to lose in the first round or something like that, like 3 years in a row?
If they're injured, yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe. I also don't know enough about Troy. I got to do a little more research on Troy.
So Xavier, Illinois.
Xavier.
I think I like Xavier, yeah.
I liked him. I put a future on Xavier.
High Point, Purdue? You like High Point? The High Point Pointers?
No. I tried getting there. I did some research. Purdue's got really. I like Purdue in this matchup.
Fuck you.
I think a lot of people are high on High Point.
Clemson,
McNeese.
Clemson's
like one of their key guys broke his hand.
All right.
Gonzaga,
Georgia. Zags.
Oh, Zags.
Yeah.
No problem.
Houston, SIU, Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Bama, Robert Morris.
Romo. We got a whole other bracket. God damn, there's so many games. I don't know anything about Robert Morris, so I can't.
Yeah. Okay. St. Mary's, Vandy.
I think St. Mary's. I don't trust Vanderbilt.
I think I like Vandy.
No, I don't know. I don't. Do you trust Vanderbilt?
Montana, Wisconsin.
I could see Montana, but I still like Wisconsin.
I think Montana was like at the very bottom, like one of the worst teams according to shot quality. BYU, VCU.
VCU.
Oh, BYU.
VCU.
What? Have you been watching BYU?
Yeah, they look good sometimes.
I watched 2 games. Arizona, Akron.
I like Akron.
Yeah, let's do it. Liberty, Oregon.
Liberty.
Mississippi State, Baylor.
Baylor. The Mississippi State sucks.
Duke and Mount St. Mary's.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Duke and Baylor. Baylor?
Only if Cooper Flagg's not playing. I can't. Just Baylor finds a way to lose. Like they're in that kind of. They're just that kind of team.
Yeah, and that's actually why shot quality likes Baylor so much. Is because it's like they should be winning these games, but the thing is like that's why sometimes when the delta for shot quality is like it's too big, it's because it's like, well, you're missing something then, because like it should be that big.
Yeah,
it's just like they're just not at that good. Okay.
Akron
over Liberty. I like Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty. You gotta go with you gotta go with American freedom. God, Duke's gonna have a cakewalk to the championship.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
BYU, Wisconsin. I like BYU in that matchup. If it is BYU, I still like these.
Vandy, Bama. Oh, Bama.
Oh, you want Vandy? Oh God, yeah, Alabama. Another cakewalk, man. This conference.
Well, even if it was St. Mary's, it's
gonna be hard to not put Duke in the final, dude. Like, it's not a tough bracket.
Yeah. All right, Houston Zags.
I
think Houston's gonna smoke them.
You think? I do like Houston's. What? All right, real quick. Either Houston loses to Zags or they're in the Final Four. Like that to me is the threshold.
That's probably right.
So. Purdue, McNeese, Purdue. Then Houston over Purdue, no problem. They're not going to lose to fucking Purdue. Xavier, Kentucky. I like Xavier. Already beat one SEC team. Why not another? UCLA.
Texas is not like a real SEC team, though.
Yeah, they're a Big Ten team that came over the SEC.
Well,
Tennessee, UCLA. These are very similar squads, by the way, like how they play. Mick Cronin is the UCLA head coach.
Yeah.
I could definitely
like Tennessee better though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't trust Tennessee. All right.
So I don't trust Tennessee either.
Tennessee over Xavier. I think Xavier could beat Tennessee.
No.
I think Tennessee. All right. Bottom bracket: St. John's, Kansas. See, this is where if Kansas like plays well against Arkansas, could they beat St. John's?
I just don't like Kansas. I mean, they're not good. I mean, like,
yeah, they're bad. They're streaky bad.
But let's go Kansas. Let's do like a rejuvenation.
Drake, Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech over Kansas too. Like I didn't like Texas Tech till I researched the primer. Then I was like, I like Texas Tech. So Maryland, Colorado State. I like Maryland, I think.
Yeah.
Florida, UConn. Go Gators. I don't think we can fade them that hard. Florida, Maryland. I think still Florida.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Even Florida at Texas Tech, man, I still like Florida. Man, I'm not afraid of Texas Tech.
Yeah, I know. I'm not either. All right, Michigan State, Marquette. Michigan State. Carolina, Iowa State. Carolina. I love that. That's a good matchup for them.
Okay, sure.
UC San Diego, Texas A&M. UC San Diego.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Auburn. Yeah, definitely over Louisville. Auburn, UC San Diego, probably Auburn.
Could we see like UC San Diego State going far? It's like UC San Diego State.
I mean, they could lose in the first. No, I don't think. No, honestly, they're not going to get past Michigan, Texas A&M.
Actually, I feel like UC San Diego is a pretty good team to go far because again, the Michigan is not a tough one. Whoever they play next, A&M versus Yale, who gives a shit? Like they could beat them.
Yeah, but far to the Sweet 16 to play Auburn. Yes, they're not going to beat those teams and Auburn. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, basically, Auburn would be like the first tough game they'd play.
Yeah, and they would lose. That's how it always happens. If for UC San Diego to make a run, then Louisville needs to beat Auburn. Like you need some variance that helps them. You can't just have like not gonna like all of a sudden beat all the best teams. It, like never happens.
Okay, Auburn, Michigan State, and then Michigan State.
Wait, hold on. Michigan State. I think Michigan State. Well, it depends because now we're just gonna have all ones in the bracket like everybody else.
No, Michigan State's 2.
Oh, we're doing Michigan State over Auburn?
Yeah.
Okay. Michigan State, Florida Classic.
That is a nice classic.
BYU, Alabama. I think BYU.
BYU.
If you got BYU this far, I think then they're.
Again, BYU's weakness is a very strong defense, suffocating, and they can't do shit. Alabama doesn't have that.
No, that's why it's great. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. BYU, Duke. Houston, Tennessee. Houston over Tennessee.
Let's do BYU, man. BYU's tough.
I mean, you do need a little bit of variance. Well, again, the question to me is how, like, it's weird because it seems like nobody believes that the injuries to Duke are a problem. And that's weird. It reminds me of KC when their offensive linemen all got hurt. And everyone's like, but it's Patrick Mahomes. They're just going to smoke the Bucs. Well, but the offensive line's hurt. And Patrick Mahomes is limping. Like, what? Like, that's kind of...
I think, again, if Baylor... Baylor probably not.
No, but what I'm saying is if Cooper Flagg, like, I mean, they can say what he wants. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, they, like, carried him off the floor. How much... It's a week later. He's playing. He's, like... Does he get re-aggravated? Like, if he's out, if he's legit out, is Duke going to win the championship? No. But no.
Well, what if we have Arizona going farther? Like, could Arizona beat Duke?
See, that's a good point. So if we switch it up, Arizona, without the guy who's injured, I don't forget his name, and Cooper Flagg. Yeah, I think Arizona. If there's injuries, yeah, for sure. And then BYU Arizona, yeah, that's a shitty, fucking delicious matchup. BYU definitely win that.
Yeah, I think so.
See, this is a nice variant. BYU Houston, Michigan State Florida. Then definitely Houston would beat BYU. And then
so we have Florida Houston.
Yes. But I think in this type of situation,
and Florida's going to win by like 20.
Houston's tough. Houston could play Florida the way Tennessee played them at home. You could have that kind of game. Because Houston's actually a better 3-point shooting team than Tennessee. So they can play the kind of defense that could get the Gators a little ruffled for a few minutes, but actually potentially has a threes on top of it. Whereas Tennessee,
the game I'd probably be most worried about is Maryland.
For the Gators?
Yeah. Out of Maryland, this kind of sequencing of events.
I don't know. Maryland can't rebound. Gators would rebound the shit out of that game. I don't see how... Maryland have to be unconscious like Georgia was. Just like fucking... Which they can be. I'm probably most scared of Florida versus Texas Tech. I think that's don't let your guard down. Okay, I like this first bracket though. I think we have a nice mix of variants and favorites. Not too predictable. But again, am I wrong about Duke? Again, I haven't heard anybody go, wow, those injuries are going to derail Duke's championship run. Like I haven't heard anybody say that. And it's weird.
Yeah.
Just assume that, no, they'll be fine. They're going to win it. They're still the most picked.
They're the number one picked.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Florida.
But that's what I'm saying is there's 4 teams that are pretty good that could win it. and a few other seeds. Like, why is nobody like off the Duke bandwagon? The best player in the country's injured. Maybe I should not love them so much. Maybe. I don't know. Seems weird. All right, Florida, Houston. Since we have a lot of futures on Florida,
what do we have? Like, also, like, let's look at the book about Duke. Is there any other weaknesses there?
Well, that's a good point. Where's Duke?
Duke fucked if getting foul trouble, which feeds into like if you're going to be injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're younger.
Where the fuck is Duke at? Okay, so we're up here. No, that's.
I mean, yeah, they have a lot of green.
Okay, here's Duke. 31-3. Pretty good. Giants.
Yeah.
Ultra aggressive. Very good. A lot of green.
Yeah.
a lot of good at 3 points, good at finishing at the rim, good in transition. They do a lot of good. A lot of good.
How much and they win by margin.
Well, that's speaking of margin. Let's go to their margin. A lot of good players at the very tippy top of the efficient scorer net contributor model. Tippy top. Okay. Let's see. They lost to Kentucky. Who loses to Kentucky? Florida. Perfect.
They lost to Clemson.
They held Wofford to 35 points. Well, I don't think Wofford's going to beat Tennessee.
They lost to Kansas.
See, Kansas is dangerous. That's why I like Kansas. They beat Auburn.
Wake Forest played them tough.
Yeah, that was about it. And then they dominated a shitty ACC.
Yeah.
Did they play Maryland? Did they not play Maryland? Is Maryland in the ACC?
Wofford only scored 35.
Wait, is Maryland in the Big Ten or that's ACC?
The Big Ten.
God damn, that's right. I remember fucking Gary.
It's been like 10 years.
What's his name? Gary. Remember the Terrapins when they were good back in the early 2000s? Yeah, I mean, think about who they played in the ACC though. North Carolina, Illinois, Clemson, North Carolina. That's the extent of the hard games, and then Louisville earlier.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So then,
basically every if you could say the tough games,
yeah,
it's Auburn,
Kansas,
6-point game, yeah. Louisville 10-point game, Arizona 14-point, 10-point game.
And then UK.
Although the time-weighted margin was only 5, so it was much closer.
Oh, okay.
The Louisville game, so the Louisville time-weighted average margin was negative. They should have lost. Shot quality says they should have lost.
No, shot quality says they still would have won.
Yes. But they played worse than they actually played.
Well, did they stub their toe against worse teams? They beat SMU, Pitt, Notre Dame. They stomped the bad teams. Wake Forest.
Yeah, so let's just assume like the ACC does suck.
Yeah. Which they do. They only have 4 teams in the tournament. When has that ever happened? They always have 7 teams.
So it's like you could still say Duke is good, but the ACC sucks. So like blowing teams out left and right is like not that impressive.
Yeah. Florida was blowing out Auburn, Tennessee,
like legitimately,
Missouri, and Alabama, while Duke was blowing out Virginia, Georgia Tech and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying it's. Yeah.
I mean, the time weighted average margin versus North Carolina State was -1. So you could say like they should have lost that game.
Yeah. And they were favored 5.5 and 4.5 to Kansas and Kentucky and lost them both straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's fade Duke. Plus with the injuries and shit. But like, so out of those games, I mean, actually, let's look at Baylor real fast too, since we went through it all.
Let's see.
That's where we need Duke to lose, is to Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, again, Kansas beat Duke. They're similar types of teams.
Ultra aggressive defense. Okay, so Baylor, ultra aggressive defense. That's what, because if you have a Louisville style game,
yeah,
that could be Baylor doing that.
Yeah.
So wizened veterans, ultra aggressive defense.
Well, and they faded. They were ranked number 11 coming into the season, so they have the talent.
Yeah. And they got a little bit of a blurb.
Well, if you think about it,
lows.
And it's like Kansas, right? Kansas ranked number 1 to enter the season, right? So Kansas has the talent. They've just struggled. Same with Baylor.
Yeah. Yeah, our best case scenario to fade, like that's what we're gonna have to do. We got to pick Baylor over Duke. That's where it happens. I don't think it's going to be Arizona. It's not BYU. It's not going to be Alabama. Yeah, I literally think Baylor's the best case scenario to beat them.
I think we take Liberty in the over Baylor to play BYU. Do we know?
So you're having Liberty over Arizona.
Yeah. Bloodbath.
Because you're not picking Akron, right? Like, I think Akron sucks. They're just like run and gun, but they suck.
Yeah, but they like the best shooting team in the world or something. Something crazy.
Very deep bench. Run and gun pace. Shot quality is not like them. I mean, they're in the bottom tier, bottom left. Like, they're not efficient. So like they're good in their shitty ass conference, but their points per possession is bottom. You know, it's mediocre. They turn the ball over a lot. They foul a lot.
What about Liberty? We're sucking a lot of Liberty dick.
I like Liberty. I think I do like Liberty.
Liberty, red hot from 3, 30, almost 40% and 22 in attempts. God damn.
Oh yeah, give that to me. I love that.
Put it in my veins.
I like Liberty.
They're a little more banged up than most. Slow pace, good chemistry and trust, methodical offense. All right. I see you. Shot quality doesn't love them. KenPom likes them more than shot quality. Elo has them at 33. Good offense, good defense. They're on the good defense, bad offense side. So I don't know. Shot quality disagrees a little bit. But percent-wise, they're top 15 and 2 points, top 5 and 3-point percent. 3-point rate, top 20.
Yeah.
So they're jacking.
What about Oregon? Oregon's no slouch.
Oregon had some interesting games early in the season.
Ooh, shot quality has been 19 and 14. 5 games worse.
Well, yeah. And a lot of their players are pretty mid. Not really digging their setup.
No, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Not very good at a lot of the categories. Finishing at the rim's their best category. A lot of red. Oof. Shot quality has them at 35 points per. not very good at. I'm just not very strong. Granted, again, the competition's harder, so you got to take a grain of salt with some of those. They're big. Average from 3.
Did they really lose by 30 to Illinois? Holy shit!
God, Illinois sucks. They beat Troy.
So Oregon beat Alabama.
Yeah, everybody beats Alabama.
Beat Troy.
Beat A&M.
Beat Texas A&M.
Beat San Diego State.
Beat San Diego State.
Lost to UCLA. Lost to Illinois.
Barely. Beat Maryland.
Got lately.
Beat Wisconsin. Oregon's tough, man.
They are tough. Lost to Michigan State.
And again, they started off like, I mean, they got all the way up to number 12.
Damn.
What if the Big Ten is like really good?
It's probably a theme we want to do in a bracket.
Yeah, like everyone hating Michigan, but like actually Michigan's tough.
Yeah, Michigan State versus Michigan in the final. I mean, Big Ten is probably better than people think.
Yeah, and also like there's gonna be a story of like, oh, the SEC wasn't as like the SEC has 14 teams and they all can't possibly like win.
Well, literally 7 of them.
Like, I feel like the narrative, no matter what is going to be, the SEC is like not as good as what we thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, half of them are going to lose the first weekend. That's just...
right. Damn, this is so tough.
What are the experts saying? Oregon, having won 8 of their last 9, deep and versatile roster, can play in different ways. Offensively, everything starts with sophomore point guard Jackson Shelstad. Oregon plays 9 players, but primarily goes 7 deep. Their success in the non-conference should help them as they move away from Big Ten play.
No, let's pivot. Like, let's shift mindset real fast.
Yeah,
and see if this helps bring some clarity. So let's go to one of the other competitions we're doing. So like Survivor, right?
Yeah.
So what's the rules? We have to pick 2 teams to win.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got to do that. So yeah, Survivor, on each of the first 2 days, Thursday and Friday of the tournament, select any 2 teams to win. Starting Saturday, you need to just pick 1 team per day to win.
Gotcha. Okay, so who are the 2 teams so specifically, we have to look at who plays.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me pull up this Google form. The other 3 pools use Google form. Okay. An email. I put my email for this, right? On the Google form?
Yeah.
All right. Stand by. Just want to set it up so I'm ready. So don't forget. And then I put my name. I'm going to be the registered name.
That's right.
Okay. So Survivor Thursday, we can pick Houston, Auburn, St. John's, Tennessee, Texas Tech, Wisconsin, Purdue, Texas A&M, Clemson, Michigan, Mizzou, BYU, Kansas, UCLA.
So obviously we want to pick teams who we think are going to win and who are not going to go far.
Yes. I think you got to be a little creative. I think UCLA, I have in my other Survivor, I'd be willing to do again.
I don't like St. John's, so
yeah, do one safe bet and one little longer term bet.
Sure.
UCLA. I like a team I like that round 1 that I don't like later. UCLA. Kansas, getting really ballsy. Grab those balls and twist. Purdue. You can be a little safer. We could do like a Purdue and just.
I don't like Purdue.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, you're not going to like everything.
I think Purdue's not even going to win, so I would not pick them for Survivor.
Why don't we just pick a team we like to win, like UCSD or McNeese? Say, fuck it. Pick them both.
Why don't we pick Gonzaga since they're going to lose like
to Houston probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zags and St. John's. It's pretty. That's like a good safety. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do Zags and St. John's.
Okay.
You lock it in?
Wait, hold on, wait 1 second. Wins pool? Well, I clicked it, but I think I think I have to submit it all at once. Hold
on. Okay. So next competition. What's the next competition?
Well, no. I think we got to pick Friday's games too.
Oh shit.
For me to submit it, it's a Google form. So
gotcha.
Hit submit.
Okay, so let's do Baylor.
Wait, hold on. Baylor, who are they playing? Mississippi State. Oh, that's balls. I love it. Put it on.
Yeah, let's do
it in there. And Xavier, just fade the state of Mississippi. Or UNC. Wait, who's UNC?
No, because we think UNC could go a little bit far. So
true.
What about Marquette?
Yes, we talked about Marquette. I liked them in that first game. Not further though.
Yeah.
Baylor feels dangerous, but good, but dangerous. That's where we slip up. Yeah.
No, I like Baylor in that one. I like
it. Okay. All right. So then the next one is the pool on the Survivor win pool. Choose one team per seed. Oh, this is good. All right. So we got to choose one team per seed.
Okay.
Homer, Duke, Florida. Okay.
Florida.
So we're gonna go Homer, Alabama, Michigan State, St. John's, Tennessee. Michigan State, I think we both agree is probably our preferred there. It's pretty easy. Iowa State, Kentucky, Texas Tech, Wisconsin. Well, Texas Tech's in Florida's bracket, so probably not. I think Wisconsin? Yeah, not Iowa State. Kentucky, I would consider if we think they're healthy. I just don't.
I don't like, no, not Kentucky.
So Tech or Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Arizona, Maryland.
Wait, actually, what's the other one? Texas Tech?
And Kentucky. I like Tech, but they're.
Let's do Tech.
But
I think, Tech makes it to Florida. So.
Yeah. And if they beat Florida, then you're still winning.
I mean, obviously, we can't. Every team's going to eventually lose. So.
Yeah. Arizona, Maryland, Purdue, Texas A&M. Oof. A terrible.
Wait, say it again.
Arizona, Maryland, Purdue, Texas A&M. I think they could all be out by the second round.
Yeah.
I think Arizona, to be honest.
Or Maryland.
Well, I think Maryland's in Florida's bracket, no? They're going to play them. They're going to play Florida.
Dude, they're all going to.
No, but you're not. If you're already picking Florida, unless you're hedging your bet, like it doesn't. No, I think Arizona. They have a better chance.
No, because you can't pick like a perfectly aligned one. Otherwise, you're essentially like playing for one scenario.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think there's much advantage to picking Maryland versus Arizona. How many? Maybe one more game, but Arizona could win 3 or 4. But if Duke goes down, Maryland could win 3 or 4 games.
No, because remember what I was telling you too is like literally, I'm probably most afraid of Maryland when it comes to Florida.
I'm not. I'm afraid of Texas Tech. So we're just going to pick against Florida while picking Florida. Okay. Really, really cut our upside down. Clemson, Memphis, Michigan, Oregon. Based on what I was reading, I actually kind of like Oregon now. Like,
wait, say it again. Say it again.
Clemson? No. Memphis, Michigan, Oregon. I think Oregon.
Probably Oregon, yeah.
I think I'm off Liberty now. BYU, Illinois, Missouri, Ole Miss.
BYU.
Yeah, we've gone balls deep in BYU, so fuck it, let's ride.
BYU is fucking good. In fact, I love that they got like demolished by Houston because it was just like a nasty setup.
I like this. I like your rationale. Kansas, Marquette, St. Mary's, UCLA.
One more time.
Kansas, Marquette, St. Mary's, UCLA. Kind of like UCLA. I think they could beat Tennessee and go on a run.
Yeah.
You hate all of them.
No. Actually, I could.
Who can beat the 2 seed? I think UCLA.
Yeah.
Kansas.
The thing is with Kansas, I mean, again, they're well coached, obviously. You look at their roster and it's like, why isn't this team better?
Yeah.
Let's do Kansas.
Now, but this is the thing. UCLA is like Big Ten's Tennessee. So, like, they match up really well versus Tennessee. Like, you're good chance of an upset there. I think UCLA.
All right.
Because Kansas is also in Florida's bracket. Just like picking all the teams on one side. Like, we have no edge.
That's true. Okay, let's do UCLA.
Like, Gonzaga, Louisville, Mississippi State, UConn.
One more time.
Gonzaga, Louisville, Mississippi State, UConn, and Gonzaga. I think you have to Gonzaga. Best chance to win round 2. Or Louisville. Do you think? I'd say Gonzaga or Louisville. I'm more. I mean, we're probably gonna get a win out of Gonzaga. The rest could all lose.
Where's UConn?
They're
in Florida.
Yeah. Gonzaga it makes most sense.
Everyone likes Gonzaga. I don't.
I like Gonzaga versus.
I think we're gonna get one win out of them, and then they're gonna get destroyed by Houston.
Yeah, that's better than what? Than Louisville. If you think Auburn's gonna lose to them.
No, I like Louisville over Auburn more than Gonzaga over Houston.
Yeah, but I like Gonzaga over Georgia more than I do Louisville over Creighton.
I like Louisville over Creighton.
I know you do. Speaking of Creighton, Baylor, Creighton, Georgia, Oklahoma. I think Baylor, we've decided.
Baylor.
Arkansas, New Mexico, Utah State, Vanderbilt. You like Vanderbilt?
Damn.
You like Vandy, right? Vandy or Arkansas?
What if we were laughing for 15 minutes in New Mexico's face, and what if they
they win? They go to the Final Four. They beat Florida and destroy our futures.
Yeah, that'd be poetic.
And then they take clips from the stream and they put it in their school "fuck those guys" video. Hilarious. Arkansas is going to be able to go if Arkansas wins, they would go more potential to go furthest. But I think Vanderbilt's more likely to win game 1.
That's true. I don't think. I think let's do Arkansas. There's a longer. There's more upside. Whereas how many games is Vandy going to win?
Yeah, maybe 1.
I mean, they have to play Bama next. They're not going to beat Bama.
Yeah, no. Bama will outscore them.
There's not even a lack of familiarity. Bama knows them. The way you get Bama is if you have an edge or don't know really what they're doing or whatever. But I mean, Arkansas still got studs, still got Calipari and.
Yeah, I agree. I like the upside. Oh shit! Drake, UNC, VCU, Xavier. I like 11. I like the. What's interesting is
I like those.
I like the 11 seed better than I like the 4 seeds.
Yeah. UNC, right?
Yeah.
Although, is everyone going to pick UNC? No, okay, let's do UNC.
I don't care what everyone wants. Fuck them.
Let's do UNC.
Colorado State, Liberty, McNeese, UCSD. UC San Diego.
You see these Ds.
Though I do think McNeese is gonna win, but all right. Akron.
Yeah, but I could see it. But we could see UC San Diego winning at least twice.
That is
because again they got Texas A&M, Yale next.
That is true. Actually, I'm switching Oregon over Liberty. Fuck that. I think Oregon beats Arizona. See, this makes more sense. This feels better. Oregon versus BYU in the Sweet 16. Yeah, that in the Elite 8. That feels better. All right. What is it? Akron, GCU, High Point, Yale.
High Point.
All right, you would like High Point. I'll give you High Point. Lipscomb, Montana, Troy, UNC Wilmington.
Probably Troy.
Yeah, if Kentucky's injured, makes sense. Bryant, Omaha, Robert Morris, Wofford. I think Wofford. Right?
Didn't they lose to Duke by 40?
They scored 38 points against Duke. But that wasn't the beginning of the season. Like, things change. They look pretty good when I watched them in their tournament championship. Like,
I think we do Omaha.
God, just hear Peyton Manning's voice saying Omaha. It's perfect.
It's because like St. John's like sucks at offense so bad. Like,
wait, hold on. What about Robert Morris? Because Alabama cannot stop a nosebleed. Like that would make
but like
it would make sense. How on? We should look.
All right, can Robert Morris? Can they at least like score?
Hold on. We're gonna look up Robert Morris. That's VCU. What bracket are they in? How far down are they? Where's Robert Morris?
Okay.
Here we go. Hold on. I think we're up here.
Below average talent, short kings, decent from 3. No chemistry and trust.
It's a team with
their chart is straight up.
Straight up what? Delicious?
Well, they were literally started the season to be like one of the worst teams in all of Division I basketball.
Yeah, and they've been an uptrend the whole season. Underrated.
Yeah.
And they're actually pretty high in the bad offense, bad defense category. They're not like awful.
Yeah, they're like one of the best worst teams.
So they score 77 points a game. That's good. Can hit some threes. Not terrible. They're average.
Yeah.
Offensive rebounding is okay. Assists, pass the ball. I mean, I've seen worse. I saw worse numbers for Texas A&M. So there's hope.
Yeah,
they attack the rim a lot, which is good. They get fouls and free throws. You like to see that. Transition.
They lost to West Virginia by 30.
West Virginia's good. It should have been the tournament.
They beat St. Francis.
Dude, they have a bunch of efficient scorers in the top, almost the net contributor. I mean, I don't know. They look dangerous. Look spicy. And again, Alabama cannot stop anybody.
Yeah.
Has Alabama lost to a shitty school? Wait, so Robert Morris, let's see what it says. They have a strong two-headed monster in the front court. Okay. They put up 90. They put up 90 plus 5 times this season. So expect them to score with Alabama on Friday. I don't know. Because if Bama is a little bit cold, like a Robert Morris could totally outscore them. You know, if Alabama has those 5-minute streaks or they're a little cold, can't hit shots, forcing threes, like that's enough. That's enough space to get a shit team that can hit some shots. I don't know, dude. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like a Patriot.
Yeah.
Colonial. I'm feeling like a Colonial.
Sean Quality doesn't really like Alabama.
American Liberty Colonials. I'm gonna parlay that, and then I don't know. All right, 1 seed doesn't matter. I mean, 16 seed.
Yeah,
probably Alabama State. Probably the most likely. All right, last one. Pick 17.
You're doing Robert Morris.
Yeah, Robert Morris. Pick any 7 teams, and for every time they win, you get a point. Time their seed. Oh, what was the seed we really liked? What was that? 11? I think we got to do 11. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, dude, listen. I know it's just the 15 seed, but you look at Omaha. Okay, Omaha is good at threes, so they're 44th in threes.
Ooh, okay.
Their KenPom rankings have also been straight up.
And they're playing St. John's?
I'm playing St. John's.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's unlikely anyway, so let's do Omaha.
Yeah, let's do Omaha. I mean, again, they got 3-point shooters.
Yeah, that's fine. And again, St. John's has a little bit of. There's this weird. I got a weird sense that St. John's thinks they're really good, and like they play in a shit conference.
Yeah,
and like like there's this like vibe, like I don't get like from Houston. I don't get that vibe is not there. It's like, no, we've got to step up. We got to prove ourselves. St. John's has this air of like, we have Rick Pitino.
Yeah,
it's like this
the bad thing is so like so Omaha played Iowa State, which is like another kind of like tough defensive team, and they lost by 30.
Yeah, but again, earlier in the season, teams like they're they obviously don't have the talent, but
yeah,
you could see a Virginia type game. To your point, UMBC versus Virginia. We've seen Michigan State as a 2 seed go down to a team that could put up some points.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, you look at the 10-0 runs. I mean, this team goes on like a 10-0 run every single game.
I like it, dude. Fuck yeah. I might bet some Omaha. I'm feeling dirty. All right.
And then the 16. Okay, who's going to knock off a 1?
I have Alabama State.
What 16? What 16 did we pick?
I picked Alabama State.
Oh, yeah, good. I like that. No, I like that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Pick 7 teams, and for every time they win, you get a point times their seed.
Yes. So we picked 7 teams, you said.
Correct.
Okay.
So we liked which 11 seed?
UC San Diego. UC San Diego.
Well, and UNC. So North Carolina.
And UNC, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So what was it? What was the one you said?
UC San Diego.
Oh, yeah. They're at 12. Okay. That's good. We have a 12.
They're in both the same region, which kind of sucks, but
that's pretty good. So let's figure this out real quick. The math is if you pick a 12 seed, they win once. That's the value of a 2 seed winning the championship.
Going all the way. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So you definitely want, if you can get 1 win out of a 12 seed, that's definitely worth not picking 2 seeds.
Yeah.
So 3 seed and on.
Xavier. What about Xavier? They could win 2. They got Illinois, then Kentucky. Probably.
Love that. That's good. I'm thinking 4 really high value picks like we're doing, and then like some mid tiers. So let's do one more big one. So we like Xavier, North Carolina, UCSD. I mean, Colorado State. They are favored.
BYU.
Oh no, we can do it as a 6. Yeah, that's solid. I dig our angle. All right. What about a 5 seed like Oregon going on a run? That's pretty good. They win 2 or 3 games. That's 15 points. Win 3 games. Or a 7 seed.
What about we got no teams in the West?
We don't? I don't even know where these teams are. How do you know?
I mean, it's Florida.
Oh, that side. Yeah, if we think Florida's going to win it, why? I mean, pick Texas Tech. They win 3 games. That's only 9 points before they lose to.
So Florida get 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 5 points.
Yeah, it's not worth picking a 1 seed. No, we get it's not worth it at all. So
no.
I mean, the best.
I could roll the dice on the Zags. They're 8.
Yeah, they win 1 game. That's good.
If they get past Houston, then it opens up.
Oh, completely. If they beat Houston, you already got 16 points. That's immense. That was a good pick.
In fact, see again, this is why I wanted to pivot to these other contests to open up the thinking.
Yeah,
there it is, Gonzaga. Even though I don't actually like Gonzaga, I do like them versus Georgia, and I think they're going to get rolled by Houston. But if they get past Houston, the field opens up.
Yeah.
Then they could go all the way to the Final Four. Who else is there to stop them?
Yeah, Tennessee? No, I'm not worried about Tennessee. All right, so we got BYU, 6 seed. That's pretty good. Gonzaga, 8 seed. Even if they win one game, still get 8 points. Pretty good. UNC, love it. Xavier, love it. UCSD, love it.
Yep.
What about a 10? Is there a 10 seed that we think of winning? Arkansas.
Wait. So how many more teams do we have left?
I think we have one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, wait. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2. We have 2. That's pretty good.
2 more. Wow.
I would say there's probably a 5 seed. It'd be Oregon. I hate that. Can't really do a 1 or 2 seed. It's not really worth it. So 3 maybe, but don't really love those. What
about UCLA? 7.
Yeah, I think that's worth the consideration. UCLA and I think a 10 seed.
Baylor, 9.
Yeah, but then they got to beat the 1 seed. I almost prefer like a 10 seed.
I mean, I think it's the same thing with with Gonzaga. It's like if Baylor gets past Duke, then it opens up. I actually think the East is the toughest. I mean, Arizona, Oregon, Baylor, Duke, BYU.
I thought
Alabama,
the East was...
Wisconsin.
Yeah, some of them are.
I think the East is like.
No, I thought Auburn had the toughest bracket. Michigan State, Michigan.
No, I think you got Michigan State, Auburn,
Louisville,
and maybe North
Carolina. UConn, Baylor.
I mean, what about Michigan State? Actually, I mean, it's still 2. I mean, 2, 2, 2, 2. I mean, it's double the 1.
That's 6 points. Might as well pick a 6 seed to win once. They win 3 games.
Or the 6 seed wins 0 times, and you get 0.
Yeah, I know, but you want the high value. Like, you got to be sharp.
I think for
fucking bitches picking a 2 seed. Fucking such a terrible. It's like us.
So
it's
you got 1, 2, 3.
The minus 500 favorite's gonna win. Yeah, who gives a shit? For minus 500, it's a terrible bet. Unless you have a huge bankroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. Nice range.
What about High Point?
God,
or McNeese. High Point or McNeese, because either one of those could both win 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer McNeese personally, or Colorado State. We're literally getting a favorite at a 12 seed.
That's true.
Just the value is pretty immense, and it's probably going to be heavily picked because of that. So it might be a good hedge just to have it in there in case.
Or you get some embedded leverage by not doing it.
Yeah, but then you need to hit the one you fade it with. Well, you don't, but it just needs to not hit.
I mean, if we like McNeese,
well, I did like Colorado State originally versus Memphis. Originally I liked Colorado State, and then let me look up real quick. Memphis, this player injury.
Memphis best player.
Hold on. Memphis.
What's your analysis? Googling Memphis best player.
Okay, on it. Here we go. 2 days ago. Oh shit! Hold on, what is this? Won't let me read it because got a VPN. God damn it! All right, Penny Hardaway. I just call him Penny. It's so stupid. Tyrese Hunter, Dante Harris, Heaven Sager. Okay, here we go. I'm praying for good ankles. So this is Penny Hardaway. I'm praying for good ankles, good feet, good knees, and everything right now. That's just the honest truth. You got to have some luck. The teams that win, they don't get any injuries. They get everything to go their way, and now we need everything to go our way with health. The basketball side will take care of itself. Backup point guard Dante Harris suffered a high ankle sprain this month, while starter Tyrese Hunter injured his left foot during Saturday's American AAC tournament semifinals in Texas. Hunter averages 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 1.5 steals a game. That's not nothing. And he was spent all of Sunday's tournament final against UAB, which Memphis won, on the bench with crutches and a walking boot, unable to put weight on the extremity. Yeah, bro. Hardaway is currently skeptical if either one will play as the 5 seed versus Colorado State. Dante is progressing. Tyrese is coming along slower. Wait, which one's which?
Well, it's like to the fact that even if they are injured, I mean, they weren't playing well.
Well, Tyrese Hunter, right? Is his name? He's coming along slower than Dante, and he's a dude that averages 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. That's like a top 3 player, top 2 player on the team. That's pretty big. Colorado State's like playing really well. That's why they're favored. I don't know. Makes sense. I don't know why there's a small percentage.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Colorado State.
All right, so what's our 7 teams?
All right, so we got BYU, our lowest seed. UCLA, Gonzaga.
I like that.
UNC, Xavier, Colorado State, UC San Diego.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. That's a pretty good range. Makes me feel good too. All right, so that's everything. Oh no, we got to pick a game for Friday because I got to submit to the whole thing.
I thought we did.
Did we? Who did we pick Friday? Oh, we did. You're right. We picked. Oh, so we picked Gonzaga and St. John's for Thursday, and then for Friday we picked Marquette and Baylor. Oh, that hurts. I like Marquette. The Baylor one scares me.
Who else?
Why don't we put the balls on the table? Do Xavier or North Carolina? I mean, we're putting it out.
No, because North Carolina, we might as well save.
Hold on. Why don't we just do Colorado State, dude?
All right, fine. Colorado State.
Yeah, I feel better about that one. All right, you feel good about it?
Oh, you're still doing St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's and Gonzaga.
That's Thursday.
God, the only thing is, dude, if we pick Colorado State, it's gonna be such a popular pick. Like for the Survivor. Remember, Survivors, you lose one, you're done.
Yeah, but I don't like Colorado State anymore after that, so they would play Maryland next.
Yeah, but then why don't we pick a team like Oregon?
We want to pick a team who we think is going to win and then lose.
All right, what about like Maryland? You like Maryland, but we don't like them. We're not going to pick them against Florida, so we're not going to pick them again. Like, when will we pick them?
That's true.
I think safer is Marquette and Maryland. Let's not, even if Colorado State wins, I'm more likely to want to pick them again. Like, save them for the next week.
Okay, that's that. I like that. Maryland. Let's do Maryland.
Maryland, Marquette. I like that better.
I mean, Marquette's still dangerous.
True. No, but they're solid though. They're not. I mean, who are they playing? I mean, New Mexico. Oh, they're playing New Mexico, dude. We laughed for 15. Dude, I was crying. I couldn't even be on live stream. It was literally like snot coming out of my eyeballs. Like, sometimes the truth just exudes through. You don't need to overthink it. And if we're wrong, then the laughter lied to us. So we can blame the laughter. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna submit this bitch. And I guess
wait. Actually, what about Iowa State? Since we don't like Iowa State either.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Where are they? What seed are they?
3 versus Lipscomb.
Ooh, instead of Marquette? Yeah. All right, let's do that. I'm down with that.
Yeah, let's do Iowa State and Maryland. Yeah, because we don't like either one of them. So
yeah, and St. John's Gonzaga. Yeah, let's make it to the Saturday and see how it goes. Also, it's generally better for us because we get a pulse on some of these teams better after, a game.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Colorado State is going to be very popular.
Yes. There's no edge in picking Colorado State.
No.
So it's actually better if they lose for our purposes. Well, then should we take them out of our? Yeah, we should take them out of the other thing too. Then, fuck it.
I think we should take them out because it's just like,
let's pick McNeese. Gonzaga. All right.
I mean, I personally like High Point better. I mean, Purdue fucking sucks.
Well, hold on. What are we taking out of? No. I'm talking about the pick your 7.
The 7. Yeah, the 7. I'm saying I like High Point better than McNeese.
No, I do not. I don't know if you did any research. Like, did you do research on that Purdue? Because I did. Because I thought the same thing. And then I researched, and I was like, actually, I think I like Purdue. And that's what I like. I like having a lean, and then I do research, and my lean goes the opposite direction. Because then it's then you know it's honest. Because I'm not like looking for confirmation bias.
All right, McNeese. McNeese can win 2 games.
Yeah, I like that. And it's off market. No one's going to pick McNeese. They're going because everyone's going to load into Colorado State, probably Liberty. Like they're going to be scared of these like teams that like they can't pronounce. Is it McNeese? McNauser?
Who can't pronounce McNeese?
McDee's? Is that Big Mac? All right. I feel pretty good about that. All right, let me see. Make sure I can submit this right before.
Yeah, that was a nice pivot there at the end.
Yeah, smart. That's why you got to do it, and then you got to.
Yeah, because Iowa State's going to play North Carolina next. Like, and we don't like them.
No, we're not going to pick them versus that. I don't want to pick Maryland. Yeah. Gross. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me. I think we did everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I dig it. All right. I'm going to submit this bitch.
Okay.
Oh, God. Select all images of bridges. What the fuck? Bridge.
Who did you picked up Florida for our champion?
I actually think I put Houston as the official winner. Let me check 1 second.
Dude, don't do that. I don't like Houston to win the championship. It's the same type of Houston team. It's like they're good enough to like they're gonna stub their toe somewhere.
Yes, in theory. Hold on. Where did I put this in? Wait a tick.
Yeah, I mean Xavier's obviously gonna pull a Michigan State from or UCLA from a couple of years ago. Going to go for the play-in game all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah. Well, and Syracuse did that a few years ago.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it's like not unprecedented. And again, they don't have like a bad road. I mean, Illinois, then maybe Kentucky, then
they have a great road.
Yeah.
Wait, where did I put the fuck? What did you send me? Where did I fill out my bracket? Oh, it's over here.
ESPN.
Yeah, I have it. Okay. I didn't officially submit it. So I did Houston over Florida since we have all the futures on Florida. Again, there's no point picking Florida in these brackets because would you rather Florida win and all of our futures hit?
Yeah.
Or hedge or hedge a little bit and like, shit, we missed the futures, but still made money on all these brackets.
Yeah.
So, because again,
who do you have Florida losing to?
Houston.
In the championship?
Yeah.
No, but I don't want. Let's not do Houston in the championship, man. First of all, they're very popular. Again, they're a top 3 pick, and I don't even like them.
Okay. Yeah, then let's not.
I literally rather have Xavier in the championship.
Well, it's hard. Who's in the?
I mean, again, dude, I think BYU could be like red hot.
And then Florida smokes them in the championship.
I don't know if they're going to make it to the championship. I would sure put them in the championship. Well, I think BYU is one of those teams, though, because they just got smoked by Houston. Literally, all the momentum and everyone that was talking about them has just like gone out the window.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So, all right. So
If BYU would have beaten Houston, which they did, like just a few games prior to that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or no, it was Iowa State they beat. If they would have beat Houston, I mean, like.
Well, this is the bracket that I hate, is that Houston bracket. The game, like that's why I have Xavier winning it in a bet. I bet him like $10 to win like 500. Is like, I don't like any of these teams. All suck. Clemson, is got one of their main guys injured. Gonzaga should be a 4 seed. They're an 8 seed. And then it's Houston, Tennessee, and like injured.
Also, we should just pick like Gonzaga or Xavier.
Yeah, I like the Zags.
Because again, like I told you, I don't think the Zags will beat Houston. But if they do, then it's to the Final Four.
Yeah, championship game and lose to Florida. Yeah, Florida over Zags. Now that's a fucking game. We'd definitely pick Florida then.
I think you do Zags versus BYU.
Yeah, I have that. Who wins?
Oh, I mean, I think BYU beats Gonzaga.
Okay, so Florida versus BYU in the championship?
Yeah.
Such an awkward championship.
Dude, like put the total like 165.
Be
so high.
165, yeah. That's 80. Okay. All right, let's review their bracket real quick. One more time. When are you going to do all the other brackets? Morning? Later night?
It's only 10 o'clock here. I mean, I'm tired. I need to get some like food. I need to get like a drink, but I can still, I'll take when we're done with the stream, we should just talk, for 10 minutes about the high stakes one.
Okay. All right. So do you want me to submit this bracket?
Yeah.
Officially? This is our official ESPN, and then we'll use this as a counter. All right, let me submit it so I don't forget.
Yeah. And then let's just talk about, the ones for Scadden. Like,
yeah.
It could do like 4 or 5 of them. So let's just like speak generally about the different permutations of it.
Okay. Well, do you want to do that live stream or how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
again, I think like the curveballs you want. So like again, so you have to like try to balance, of course, like not getting too cute, but like what are the
I'll write some stuff down. So, all right. So,
I mean, again, like I honestly don't think. Well, I understand like the way the other positions we have, but it's like I just don't think it's worth like fading Florida. Like it's just
no, and we don't have to fade them to even the championship game. I'm just saying like there's no point in picking them to win it. One, because they're the second most popular pick, and then 2, because we have all the futures on them. It just doesn't add any value. So I think leveraging Florida to the Final Four, because everyone's going to have them in the Final Four, could make sense, or fading them. So I would say like for instance, I think we do what we've done in the past. Who's going to win the championship and kind of work backwards a little bit?
Yeah.
So, you have an Auburn championship. You have who do we want to cover? Do we want to have a Duke or just fade Duke entirely? Houston, do we fade them entirely? I think you should have a Houston in the championship, but lose in the championship. Maybe to Auburn, actually. That's probably a pseudo popular one, but I don't think it's going to be like main popular.
Again, I don't think like Michigan State. Like,
well, I like Michigan State. A Michigan State championship. Michigan State, Auburn, and we don't. Only so many teams can win the championship. So, like, who do you want to cover in your brackets? I think a Michigan State and Auburn. It's more important getting like the Final Four right.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's a good point. So let's focus. So again, like the Final Fours. I mean, who can make the Final Four? It's like, so let's just start let's start with one region. Let's start with the East. Okay, so obviously Duke. So who else besides Duke? I said BYU.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna write it down so we can track it. So Duke, BYU, Wisconsin.
Yep. Wisconsin.
Oregon. Wisconsin, Oregon, yeah.
I think only Duke, BYU.
I've seen Arizona play. It's not going to be Arizona.
And again, like,
well, I mean, up to let's just we can whittle it down further. Let's say for now, Duke. BYU.
I would say so. If we have to pick 3 teams, so say we have to pick 3 teams for each region. So here's my 3. My 3 is Duke, BYU, Bama.
I don't believe in Bama. They cannot play any defense. versus any team that can score. Bama will make it to the Sweet 16 because they have shit matchups.
Yeah,
then they got to
lose to BYU, I think.
Then they got to play either BYU or Wisconsin, who can score, and then they're going to play either Oregon, Arizona, or Duke, who can score. And I mean, I just don't. They got to win 2 games and outscore them. I don't think they're going to outscore those 2 games. Like, I wish I could bet. I wish there was a bet I could make. Alabama will make the Sweet 16 and will not make the Final Four. Like that bet together. Not sure what the odds would be, but
all right. So what's your 3? What's your 3?
Again, I think fading. I would do BYU Wisconsin. I think whoever wins that game is going to beat Bama.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
so then you're in the
that's not
Elite
too
Eight.
bad. Okay, that's a 3 for that. So Midwest. My 3 are Houston, Gonzaga.
God, Tennessee has it so easy, man. If they were if they don't lose to UCLA. Again, do we know anything about Kentucky's injuries?
First of all, even if they're 100% healthy, they're just not good.
I know. Well, they're inconsistent because of their injuries, though. Oh, tournament injury updates. Let's see what they say. Cooper Flagg, sprained ankle. What it means. Flagg is the favorite. Who cares? He may miss their opening game. Okay. Which means he could miss their second game too versus Baylor. It's like 2 days later. He's might be hurt. Malik Brown, Duke. He's not very good, so it doesn't matter. Boogie Fland.
Let's also look at the chart that I posted.
So Arkansas's guy's coming off the bench, but he's playing. Muscle strain by Iowa State's guy. He's pretty crucial.
So for instance, like the shot quality team ratings for seed, again, the teams that are above that you're looking. So BYU is one of them. Marquette, Kansas, Louisville, Zags, Baylor, UNC, Xavier, Vandy. Those are the teams we should be looking at.
Well, hold on a second. Iowa State, Keyshawn Gilbert is out.
Yes, they're very banged up.
Yeah.
That's well known. That's why we don't like Iowa State.
Why did we pick them? Who are they playing?
Lipscomb.
Oh, God. Okay. Come on. Iowa State. Lipsy's hurt too. That's right. We talked about this. 2 ball handlers, and we're like, let's put them on our survivor. Oof. That's ballsy.
So who's Vandy playing?
Grant Nelson for Bama's hurt. Oh, yeah, Tyrese Hunter's going to be probably out for Memphis. Lamont Butler, there we go. Yeah, his shoulder is aggravated, so you can't trust Kentucky. Robinson will still be out.
Yeah, Memphis is way below the line.
Houston, this is actually kind of important. Juwan Roberts for Houston, sprained right ankle. Roberts is the foundation that keeps the Cougars' stout defense intact. They lack depth at center, and obviously playing a big team that works really good inside in Gonzaga. It's tough.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, that gives me.
I mean, that's what I'm telling you. I just do not like Houston.
Both McMillan and Williams are the Raiders in the Big 12 tournament where they fell there. Okay, Texas Tech is now healthy.
You're saying they are now healthy or aren't?
Yeah, so they lost to Arizona, but they had 2 of their scorers out in that tournament, but they should both be playing, which is good. Okay. Gotcha. Good health updates. All right. What's up?
So what are our 3 from the South? Auburn. So I'll do my 3. Auburn, Michigan State,
That's fine. And
then I guess North Carolina.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, now that I consider Auburn's bracket, it's Auburn and Michigan State, maybe North Carolina that's coming out of that. It's really not that strong. I thought it was stronger, but the more research we do, the more I'm like, oh.
So we agree those are the 3 for that region.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then the 3 for the West, obviously Florida. Again, I think Maryland's going to be tough.
I think Texas Tech. I think they're going to win the bottom Texas Tech, bracket.
So, so my 3 are Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You're scared of Maryland, so that's fine. What do we have? Houston, Gonzaga, and who else?
Houston, Gonzaga, and Xavier.
God, we have balls. Are we hating on Tennessee because they beat Florida? Like, this is what I will say about Tennessee.
Yeah,
they might have the easiest path to the Elite Eight of anybody.
That's true.
I mean, like Wofford just
That's true. We shouldn't just like fade them just to fade them.
I mean, they are. I mean, remember they were the ranked 1 before Florida stomped them.
That's true. That's true.
They did beat Auburn to go to the SEC tournament championship where they lost to the best team in the country. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of like, who's going to beat Tennessee? It's not that.
And then they did beat Florida by 20.
And they beat Florida by 20 at home. So we know it's in their DNA to have, strong performances. And they hung in with Florida. They push it to 5 points in the championship.
I mean, you have a good point there. It's just because like I don't really like Tennessee, but
they are.
It's kind of like a Houston type thing.
Well, the good thing about Tennessee is they play that Houston style tenacious defense, but they do have a really good scorer that can carry them offensively when things go bad. So like they're not entirely, terrible. It's just like, and this is why that bracket actually pisses me off, because like I kind of wish Florida would have got the 2 seed in that bracket, because like I think they would have cakewalked to the Elite Eight, no problem.
You're probably right, yeah.
And I think so. Tennessee, I think, is lined up. It's just the toughest game they're going to play is UCLA, and then maybe Xavier or Kentucky, an injured Kentucky team, which they did lose to Kentucky twice during the season. Does that mean anything to you?
Tennessee lost to Kentucky twice?
I think so. My dad has been saying it. That's why I was joking about Tennessee.
My dad's been saying that.
He watches a lot of SEC basketball ever since he broke his leg.
Well, if he says it, it must be true.
I mean, he doesn't bet, so he says it from a place of like.
I mean, we did make this book where we could like look.
Let's trust my dad. He watches the games.
How else are we going to find out?
Let's see. Where's Tennessee at? Tennessee's here. Go down. All the way at the bottom. So at the very, very bottom. All right,
here we go.
Tennessee, change in futures prices all over the map. God, the Gators just. But so interesting insight. The Gators wrecking Tennessee. If you look at their, what's the chart called? The stock screener.
Yeah, like
is an outlier. I mean, that's literally the only game they've got like obliterated. So, but Kentucky.
Yeah, they did lose to Kentucky twice.
Yeah, and in a matter of 6 weeks, that means you're just not as good as Kentucky. Like, not much space in between those games. Go Gators.
Lost the band.
Oof. Lost to Ole Miss. How did you lose to Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, I mean, who did they really beat though? Also, like, look. So, how did they get to being number 1? So, okay, they beat Louisville. Okay, great. They beat Virginia. They beat Baylor. Okay, Syracuse, Miami, Illinois.
Wait,
like these aren't like bad teams, but okay, they beat Texas,
Louisville, Baylor. Yeah, I don't know. Why were they ranked number 1 playing Florida? They didn't beat anybody.
Yeah, I think it's because again, Illinois was ranked high. Baylor, I think Virginia was even ranked relatively high at.
I think the SEC is going to get exposed in this tournament. I think there's a lot of hype. And they look clunky. I mean, remember, Florida, even to the end, it took to the very last game for Florida to really get like full respect. Everyone was still sucking off Auburn after they lost 3 out of 4 games.
Yeah.
Duke's injuries don't matter.
Also, look at these time-weighted average margins for Tennessee. Like, look at all the red.
Oh, wait, let me see. Time-weighted average. On the bottom? Yeah. SEC play? Yeah.
So, I mean, these are games like they ended up beating Vanderbilt. Time-weighted average margin of -7.
Yes, they came back.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, but they played pretty close.
Negative. They had -5 versus Vandy in the first game, too.
Yeah. But they keep games close. This is what makes Tennessee dangerous playing good teams, but vulnerable playing bad teams.
Mm-hmm. I mean, on a time-weighted average margin basis, Tennessee has 11 losses.
Oof.
And funny enough, according to Shot Quality, they have 11 losses.
Wait, they only beat Gardner-Webb by 16 points. How many points are they favored by Wofford? 17 or 27?
Wow, that's 2 big differences. It can't be 27.
Tennessee? I don't know what they are.
If it's 27, I'm betting that right now.
You tell me.
When do they play?
I don't know. I think tomorrow, I think. I'm going to have to poop soon. Gotta go. All right. And so one thing I would say then also.
It's 19. It's 19.
It's still a little high.
Nah, they could beat a team by 20.
So we have can get to the Final Four options. That's good. I'll text you this so you have it, so it's easy to reference. Let's see. But what else we need is, what is our back to the bracket upsets where teams can win 2 or 3 games? So like we that aren't already mentioned, right? Is there any is it worth picking this 8-9 seed? Like Gonzaga. Is it worth picking Georgia? No, because we don't think Georgia has any chance versus Houston. Whereas we think
correct.
Gonzaga, right?
Again, the opportunities are Kansas. Does Kansas they were preseason number 1. So
Final Four
maybe it
options. Okay.
UConn has 2. See UConn. I mean, if UConn beats Florida, because think about it too. Say UConn beats Florida, then all of a sudden it's like, holy cow, they just beat the best team in the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, now how can UConn maybe doesn't go to the Final Four?
Well, in the Scadden, you should definitely do a bracket or 2 that is completely fading Florida. Let Florida lose to UConn and see what happens. So Kansas, UConn, let's say Baylor can maybe win a couple games if they get over Duke's injuries. Who else? UCLA, I'm going to say. Who else do we have? We don't have Xavier.
I mean, the path for Kansas is actually not too terrible
if they get
because it's all these same types of teams. It's the St. John's, then the Texas Tech, then
McNeese. McNeese is one. They got a nice path. Let's see, who else do we like? But so this is a good example, right? I do like Drake over Missouri, but I could be wrong, obviously. I really, really like Texas Tech. I mean, I think they're also 17-point favorites. And I don't think Drake's going to beat Texas Tech. So and then if they beat Texas Tech, they're going to play St. John. I just don't think there's a pathway really for them. So I don't care to if we don't pick Drake versus Missouri, it doesn't it's not really going to affect the bottom line.
Yep, true.
Like, so just as an example of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't see a team winning more than one game, it doesn't really matter what that coin flip is.
Yeah. Whereas like Colorado State, if they beat Memphis, or actually the opposite, maybe. Well, no, I didn't like, dude. Penny Hardaway is literally like praying for health, just staying away from Memphis. We're praying that his ankle is going to be okay. We don't know. Let's see who else. Michigan State. We already got Texas A&M. God, I hate them. Why do I hate all the SEC teams except Florida? I actually like Auburn. Again, I think people are fading Auburn a little too hard. I know they're still like third picked, but there's like, they've lost all of the hype they had 3 weeks ago. It's like gone.
Yeah.
But they're still good. And their pathway, if they get.
But because they have like not played well though.
Yeah.
Like
well,
they're down like double digits and like
can't
make a comeback or.
Yeah, that's true. But look who they're going to be playing. Play Louisville, probably get past them. Play
Louisville, I feel like that's going to be a tough,
tough, yeah. But let's say they get past them, right? Then they were playing Michigan or Texas A&M. Like, they can beat them. They can lose to Michigan, but they can definitely beat them. And then they play Michigan State, which is would be a really tough one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, 1.5 tough games, like, then they're in the Final Four. So, okay. So I got multiple game options, could go on runs. Kansas, UConn, Baylor, UCLA, Xavier, McNeese, Colorado State. Any other teams we want on that list?
Also, since we're recording this is all memorialized. We can go back and look at it after the tournament and be like, man, we didn't even mention VCU.
I did.
That's
kidding. Why your love of BYU scares me, because I kind of I liked VCU coming in to the game.
BYU. But again, like, even if VCU does beat BYU, I'm just saying BYU has like that red hot ceiling.
Yeah,
it's better to pick them.
But that's kind of why I like Wisconsin as an alternative, because Wisconsin's going to beat Montana.
Yeah, I can see that. I like that. That's a path. Oh my God, those are the 3 teams we picked in this one: Wisconsin, BYU, and Duke. So
that's good. Oh, here's another one. I think. Oh, this is a good one. They could at least win 2 games. Is Oregon? I think Oregon's going to beat Arizona if they beat Liberty.
Yeah, that's what I have on here right now so far, and one scanned one.
All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, any final thoughts before we sign off? Because I gotta go to bed. I'm getting.
Let's go Florida. Be the most.
We're live.
Be a nice $25,000, $30,000 cash. Plus, it'll just be like, obviously, the first Florida championship I ever experienced.
Oh, that's sad for you.
Across all sports.
Really? All my teams win championships since I've been like a kid. All I know is how to win, sadly.
Yeah. All right. That was a nice long 3-hour March Madness stream. Let's make some money. And if we do it well, again, a lot of it's going to be attributed to the book. And if we do poorly, it wasn't because of the book.
It was because of our poor interpretations of the book.
Yes, exactly.
I know. I mean, I will say, real quick, last night,
the book has been 2 for 2 so far on American and Alabama State.
Well, and I pulled the information, but that's why I was on North Carolina -4.5, and alt lines even publicized that to Big Cat.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and it was all because of the book. This wasn't because I'm a magical.
Okay, so we could say 3 for 3.
Yeah, I was looking at the book and I look at San Diego State, look at North Carolina. I was like, wait a second.
Yep.
North Carolina's a
good. Also, remember, I was bullying you about liking Xavier. Saying you're an idiot.
And I was right. They covered too. I bet they're alt -4. You didn't know that, but now you do.
Oh.
So
I bullied you, so you got like scared to tell me.
Well, I hedged it with Texas money line when it was like minus 160.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
I didn't really make any money on that game. So, but I mean, it was good to be scared because I mean Texas was dominating for 25 minutes and then
yeah. Alrighty. Until maybe later in March Madness. We definitely got to do another stream for sure. Like,
why don't we?
If Florida keeps making it.
Well, honestly, why can't we do a stream Friday night after the first 2 rounds and talk about?
Yeah, well, especially once we get the matchup pages together.
Yeah, that's coming. Hopefully tomorrow.
Alrighty, I guess that for now, that's closing bell. Go Florida. Go Gators.
Go BYU.